5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, good day, goodbye. Hello, how the devil are you? Welcome along, great. Nice to see you back, to see you nice. Hope everything is all right, or white at the back. I hope everything, you had a few things to sort out. Hope they got sorted. Ronald's in as well. Hello, Ronald. This is LTID TV from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for joining us live on YouTube. If that is how you are watching us, get your comments in as we go through the match, and they will appear in the bottom corner just there. If you're watching on catch-up, why? But if you are watching on catch-up, thank you very much. And all I can say is, add your comments in below, and but however you're watching, remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell. And if you are listening via your favourite podcast platform, whatever that may be, thank you very much for lending us your ears. It's back. We had a little bit of a limp midweek, as they say, but you know what? It was only the Fizzy Pop Cup. Who cares? Let's get on with the watch-along. Preston North End versus Leicester City. Afternoon to Spencer as well, and afternoon to the man with the beard below, whose hair is slowly growing back. Tom, you may have missed him on Wednesday night. I'm not mentioning that at all, but welcome along, Tom.
Yeah, good to be back, mate. Hopefully my internet's going to hold up. I've had to improvise and grab the laptop at the last minute here because I've got an IT issue with the other one. So it's good to be back, though, mate. Thank you very much for having me back, obviously, after, Wayne did a great job on Wednesday with you.
He did, and there's no pressure here. We actually got 4,000 views.
I know, I saw that and I went, Jesus Christ, he's kicked me out of the water. He's killed Bram out of the water even. He's done a great job. What a man. He's the Jamie Vardy.
Just a little bit. I've got to say, though, we were doing a show on Friday, I think it was. And, yes, of course, because today's Saturday, isn't it? I get confused because we play all different times. And enjoy this. I think this is probably the last 3 o'clock Saturday kickoff between now and Christmas. But, yeah, we were like 4 or 5 off hitting the $4,000, and I was begging everyone, just go on, click, you don't have to watch, you just click on it. And they did, and I've got about 4,014, but well done. Can I also say as well, and you probably can't really see it because I've got the graphic in front of it, which is just bloody typical, if you ask me. Typical of me. Anyway, let me just see if I can get something else up. And then it will make it easier to see. Because I want to say to you guys, thank you very, very much indeed. Look at that, 100,000 downloads since we joined TalkSport's fan network. I mean, yeah, it doesn't, for me, it doesn't compute. But then again, I'm thinking, do you want to watch us or do you want to listen to us? I mean, neither of us are exactly Brad Pitt, so no disrespect to you.
No, you're right, mate. We're better off a radio format, possibly.
Like we always say, faces for the radio.
100%, dude.
Right, the team's going across the bottom. We need a response from them today, don't we?
Yeah, we do, and it's going to be similar to the Sheffield Wednesday game for me, and how the opposition are going to line up for this one a little bit, Chris. I think the thing we can take from the game in midweek is we are lacking a bit of leadership. I think there's a lack of connectivity to a degree. We still got decent enough players, I think, to have a good go at this year, but the lack of leadership is a bit concerning, because I think that was the lack of connectivity we had in that game, and I think we got caught out for it against a team that wanted it a bit more. So it's going to be an interesting one today, because we're going to face a very similar one to Sheffield Wednesday, and they gave us quite a bit of a battle, didn't they, mate? So how we navigate this is how we move forward.
They were playing for pride, in fairness, Sheffield Wednesday, where Preston aren't so much. Of course, we were coming up against our old buddy Iverson in their goal.
Yeah, I know, and it's funny because I think a lot of Leicester fans back in the day would have thought he is the right guy to take over from Casper somewhere down the line, right? It was almost like set up in this way, and it didn't quite happen that way at all. So it's a shame for him that he's had to go without much of a fanfare from Leicester. But it'll be sod's law when we got two ex-goalkeepers in this division against us this year. They might have a good game, Chris. So I'm expecting a difficult afternoon.
Indeed. And also, of course, Everson got an assist last week.
Do you know what? I was going to ask you that question, Chris, when it came to the tactics today. I was going to say to you, who got the assist for the goal against QPR last week? And you're right, it was the goalkeeper. So it shows today we're going to have to be great in the air at the back, because they're going to play long balls to the two top players in Smith and Osmanjic. And we're going to have to look after that, And Vestergaard has had question marks about his heading at times. I think he did quite well recently, especially in the last game. So hopefully that will carry on into this one. But that's going to be where the challenge is, I think, defending these long balls.
Definitely. Right, well, let's have a look at said team. I mean, very quickly, on Preston. 7 changes. I tell you what it has done for me, and everybody that knows me and has been watching the games and what have you, know I'm not particularly fussed. Yes, I want to win every game that Leicester play. Of course I do. However, Fizzy Pop Cup, really? You know what I mean? In the big scheme of things, if we were in it, whilst we were in it, I wanted to win it. But the fact that we're out of it, I'm who gives a shit, really? I mean, it's not the top of our priorities, is it?
Well, no, and also the prize money's not worth enough for the investment, Chris. I mean, they get funny about people rotating teams and all the rest of it for the Cup, but the reality is the prize money in the Carabao Cup isn't really worth sniffing too much at, really. In the FA Cup, it might be different if we got a big draw against, say, Forest, for example, which would be a big draw now, because it would be a televised game, more money. I think it's one of those where it was a decent enough account. We saw some things we had to learn from in that game, which is part of the process right now, right? So I'm glad we saw a few things that we need to work on.
I think we saw the big thing was that this squad maybe isn't as good as we thought it was.
I think it's a disconnection.
And I just think it's in. I think when you put a team out for this sort of cup and you don't put your first string out, it says about how good your second string is. Arsenal always used to put a second string out in this until they got to the final. Then they'd bring all the big ones back. But the second string always did very, very well. Why wasn't Bekovic starting midweek? I don't think he's good enough to be number 2 for us. I just think he's a solid number 3 plus coach. There's a lot of questions. I think we saw a lot of players that didn't perform on the night. Huddersfield were up for it. And I know Huddersfield weren't just a third-tier team. They were a second-tier team up till, the end of last season. And they hadn't, they'd won the first 2 games. So, these people, I think again, both those games have sort of showed us that we ain't going to be a stroll for us that everybody predicted. And funnily enough, in the prediction league, we're not seeing any 4-0s, 5-0s or 6-0s this week. Reality, guys. Welcome to reality. But look, I've just got to say, our new Matchday partner, BetMate, just copy the QR code there. We don't recommend gambling. It's not an answer for anything, and when the fun stops, stop. But this is slightly different. You're not betting against bookmakers. You're betting against fellow fans. So that's a bit interesting, a different way of doing things. So even if you lose, you could actually win because of the way that it works and what you're betting on. And you can go, if you click that QR code, that takes you through to the Leicester Till I Die TV linked page where you're going to draw the £500 cash pot. Exactly as Tom just did then. There we go. That's how easy it is. There you go. This is the lineup anyway. Let's talk serious now. One notable change, I've got to say, from the Sheffield Wednesday game, and kind of thinking, is it the wrong change? But I kind of get it. But let's go straight for it. Skip out, Winks in. Yeah. As much as I wanted to see Winks and Skip play together, that Cologne game I think proved very much they couldn't at the moment. However, would I have kept Skip in over Samare? I would have probably done, but then not with Winks coming in. What do you think?
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because both Winks and Samari, at least Samari's out of contract at the end of the season, isn't he, Chris? And Skip's here more longer term. But the reality is, against Huddersfield, Skip was terrible. He was really bad. And actually, Winks came on and was very good, I felt. He had probably one of his best games he's had for Leicester in quite a long time. So I think Winks has earned the opportunity to go in there today and have a go. But it is a problem for us. Bearing in mind, we've got a lot of people out of contract at the end of this season on lots of money, including Harry Winks. And it's a case of we're trying to balance out who we're playing versus these contractual situations. And we're still going to have to sell players, guys. We still probably need to sell one or two more yet to try and cash in on maybe Sumare. And then there might be a problem, Chris, because I don't think, like you say, we can play Skip and Winks together. Skip might be the biggest problem we got, ironically, unless he can sort himself out.
It might be Winks that goes, though. He's been linked with Valencia and Brentford for some reason. I mean, Brentford's probably the obvious choice for Valencia. Let's be honest with you. He'd have to set off in the in 2 days before to get to training, wouldn't he? But he's obviously, my theory of he's only playing second half because of him setting off from home is a bit out of the window today. I know, but it's a bit of fun. He is. I think he has earned that place. And I guess because I don't think Winks and Samari can play together. Winks and Skip can't play together. Then Samare is the obvious choice. And one thing I'm glad to see about Marty is he's actually. Look, I mean, I did the Backpages news show the other day, and also, guys, we've got a new show, Fox's news show. And if you go up, it's on the upcoming and recent shows list, which is the top one. Leicester City Football Club to be sold? ? Do go and check that out. I'm not going to say anything about it because I want you to go and watch the video. Again, it's already over 1,000, so do go and check it. Interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Interesting. What was I saying before that? Oh, yes.
Talk about the team, Chris.
What Marty is doing is, look, half of this team is linked with, Justin's linked with Leeds, Coley's linked with AC Milan, Winks is linked with Valencia and Brentford. Fatu's been linked. Well, Everton aren't going after him now, but he's still been linked away. And yet he's still picking these players. And the reason I'm pleased to see that is because he's not cutting his nose off to spite his face.
No, he's making the best of a bad bunch, Chris, and that's the reality. And the problem is, financially, we're not in a situation to do much better. Hey, look, we could chuck Page in there. Of course we could. And we might have to come the end of the
He had a good game, in fairness. He had a very good game when he came on.
He did, exactly, yeah. But the reality is, I've got a horrible feeling we're going to come to like the last day of the transfer window. We're going to have a lot of bids come in for players that we probably can't afford to lose at that point because we won't be able to replace them that easily. So that is going to be the challenge we face. So I agree. I think part of keeping the players on side and trying to create a group from this to hopefully give us the best chance of promotion is the best shout we got. It's not the ideal situation. I prefer to go out and buy a couple of players, but then I don't really trust the club buying players right now either after the last few years. So it's a difficult situation, but I think, yeah, I agree with that. I think Marty has seen something that he likes. He got us a result last week, and I think if it does the same again today, probably a 2-1 again, similar sort of game. Fine, let's keep going forward, Chris.
Yeah. What's wrong with loans? Look, I just think
we lack leadership. We lack leadership. We don't lack young talent.
Yes.
We lack leadership massively. We lack. I know to talk about experienced players, Chris. Sorry to interrupt, but we do lack like headstrong players. I mean, look at it. We've got Ricardo as captain. Hamza's probably one of the other ones who's been linked to a move away as well. But I would say I would like to keep Hamza over Winks or so and so because he's a bit more versatile and he's a bit more of a leadership player.
He's been linked to Wrexham, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't tell him.
Yeah, it's another one that's been linked away. But the problem is, it all comes down to PSR and, most importantly, money. So if we're going to get a loan in, it's probably going to have to be a Premier League club where the guy's not doing well. So if he's not doing well, why not? Or he's going to have to be a youngster. So that's probably the best option, is a youngster from a Premier League club that they want to give to. So if it's somebody that's pretty decent but not getting a game, that probably says it all. If we go further down into the lower leagues, 7-8 times out of 10, the players we want are going to be playing for their first team. So it's a difficult thing to do. And of course we're only allowed so many loans as well. And look, we had our finger burnt last season with loans, didn't we? Interesting. Just to stay on the prediction league, and I bet everybody who's taking part. Wow, the scores today? I've only just seen them. Right, Derby County 3, Coventry City 5. What the TF is going on there?
I predicted 0-0, so I got that completely fucking wrong. Sorry.
Yes, you did indeed. I honestly can't remember what I predicted. Which is probably a good thing because I'm sat here thinking I've probably done reasonably well when I've probably been absolutely shit. I'm just going to get mine up, to be honest with you. I went 1-1. So
quite low scoring.
Yeah, I was there too. Portsmouth 1, Norwich 2.
Yeah.
I went.
We didn't do that.
That wasn't one. That wasn't on the list. We didn't predict that one. And then the third one was I say Connor Cody and Danny Ward. Your boys took a hell of a beating. Wrexham 2, West Bromwich Albion 3. I actually went for. Well, I got a point because I went 1-0 to West Brom.
Yeah,
so I got 1 point.
I gave Wrexham credit there. Unfortunately, I got it wrong.
We're pretty shit, aren't we, really?
It's like throwing poo against the wall with predicting the championship because it will change come January, won't it?
Yes, yeah, indeed. Look, I've got to say, in fairness to Wrexham, they can score goals. They've scored in both games. If you come up against a team maybe like Leicester, who we haven't gotten up to, a decent striker, Ayu's good, but we need another one. Daka's just fucking useless. So coming up against a team that doesn't necessarily score a lot of goals, that's when they're going to sneak points, possibly. But I obviously haven't seen the game. I don't know. But, when you got Cody in your back four and Danny Ward in goal, you're probably thinking, Anyway, the substitutes today, let's just go down here. Berkovic, Faze, Nelson, Chowdhury, Skip, Page, McAteer, Monga, Daka. Are you sat down?
Yes, I am, just about.
Is your chair solid enough?
I'm here, so yeah, I'm here, Chris. Yeah, I'm sat down. Yeah, it took me a minute to work it out. I'm sat down. I froze over it.
Oh, right. You sat down and your chair's not likely to collapse on you.
No, it was sturdy.
I would have had Faze in the starting lineup today.
Jesus Christ. Oh my
No,
gosh!
he wasn't available. He's playing for Man United. They need saving more.
So what's your logic with that, Chris? What's your logic?
Okay, my logic is the two central defenders we've got on the bench. Nelson didn't have a good game the other day, so
No, he
he's
didn't,
making
no.
mistakes. He's not been excluded to knock his confidence totally, but he wasn't in the Wednesday lineup, and he's not in this. He's there as a sub. Get that? He's got that spot on. My thinking with phases, look, Coley's got to start, even though, as I say, he's been linked away. I think he is our best central defender. Then we've got Vestergaard or Faze. Now, look, the ginger curly-haired one, what can I say? Had a really, really good... Gray's just gone there. Chris, are you okay? Not sure. I'm not sure. I've had too much of the old Magners.
I thought we were a lunchtime kickoff then. I was like, it's a bit early, but no, it's nearly 3:00, isn't it?
It is. He had a fantastic game the other day.
Yeah.
Although he's not the fastest player on the pitch, and he can be a bit cumbersome sometimes, he's still faster than Vestergaard.
Yeah.
Vestergaard does offer that long ball threat going forward, which I get.
As FaZe does as well. FaZe does it as well.
And, well, I was going to say that, FaZe does it as well. And, look, FaZe was obviously, we had the problem with the booing and everything last time out. An away game. Put him in that first team.
Yeah, it might not be a bad shout. I think the problem is, Chris, we're going to end up with Vestergaard and FaZe in a minute, because I think Cody will probably go. I mean, wouldn't you want to go to AC Milan right now? And he's obviously a raw talent that's going to get better with age, isn't he? You know, so that's actually, ironically, a player we probably don't want to lose, but we might have to lose, and then we might end up stuck with Vestergaard and FaZe again, which will not be ideal, because obviously we'd like Nelson to be up there a little bit more. But like you say, he didn't have a great game midweek, did he, unfortunately?
And
But,
AC Milan, sorry, just to AC Milan, apparently it's in place, it's just waiting for us. Let's say we come up with a price. We're in no hurry to sell a Coley.
No.
Other than the fact that obviously the money side of it, and it would look, hello EFL, we're having to sell our best players here. Look, we're doing it. We're doing what you wanted. What more do you want? Don't take too many points off us. But we can hold out for a lot of money because he's on a long-term contract. I still think we need a second goalkeeper, and I don't think... you know me, I want another goalkeeper in there. I don't want Berkovic as a full-time replacement. But look, that's the team. No changes, which is good. We're not seeing tons of changes. And that team won.
Yeah, that's it.
He won this week. Apart from, obviously, you got Winks in there. So he came on, didn't he, in the second half and turned it round. So... That team, I understand that, and I would go with that. This is, of course, how we line up. 4-2-3-1. Who knew? That's the one thing you can predict with any team, allegedly. And again, no surprises. Thomas is doing okay.
He's fine.
I still think I'm still going to go at him and say, let's just sell Ricardo.
The problem is we're not going to get any money for him, Chris. He's injured. I agree with you. If we could sell him, I think maybe that's the case, but I don't think we can. I would say something about this lineup. How would you feel about Hamza at right back rather than Justin today?
I would. I like Hamza. He did all right last time. I'm surprised he was dropped after the Fiorentina game. I'm surprised he got dropped. I would have Justin on the left and Hamza on the right.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and obviously, the other big thing, obviously, is that I'd have Daka up front. No, I fucking wouldn't. Before anybody thinks that.
Three at the back. They got three at the back. I know Leicester fans have been moaning about this, Chris, and I understand their frustration, but Ayew is going to be a player that comes back more and picks the ball up and feeds in other players. He's not going to be busting through the last man as often, right? We're playing three at the back today, so what else are you meant to do?
Yes, they are three at the back, as you can see there. Everson in goal. You've got the four behind the front two up front. Just saying, Marty, just saying. Then again, you're going to have two decent strikers to play that, haven't you? last time out, I don't think Preston did very well, did they? I think they lost last time out, or did they draw?
They drew against QPR and they won in the League Cup 1-0 against Barrow,
right.
wasn't it? Was it Barrow they played? Mate?
Probably. So they drew against QPR. So they're going to be looking for the first win. They're at home. Everson's got a point to prove. What are you going for, prediction-wise?
I'm going to go for exactly the same as last week. I'll go for a home team to score 1, the other way around. I'll go for Preston to score 1, Leicester to score 2, a 2-1 Leicester win. I said that completely backwards, but I'll go for the same result as last week. We'll win it 2-1. It's going to be dependent on set pieces, Chris, quite a lot of this game. Get those corners in the right place. AU taking them, not El Canoes, perhaps. AU taking them. Get them in there and try and get this game 2-1. It's going to be a difficult one, this.
That is what score did I go for? I think I went for exactly the same score, to be honest with you.
I think 2-1's been the common denominator amongst the group, hasn't it?
Yeah, but no, I might change that actually. Yeah, I think I might go for a 6-5 to Leicester.
I don't think that's going to happen with 5 at the back for them at times, but okay.
All I'm going to say is, look at the games today. I'm joking, of course. No, I'm not going to go for that. They could have 5 at the back, like you say. I went for. Let's have a look what everybody went for.
Well, I was going to quickly say, Chris, the difference is today is they've gone 2 up top. So we've got to face 2 people up top. And one of them's a very physical presence in Smith. He's very physical. So that is going to be an interesting challenge for us. So I'm giving them the credit they'll get 1. But there is a chance, Chris, they might score more because they might cause us a problem back there.
Well, here we go. Craig's gone 2-3. So 3-2 to Leicester. Kate went 2-1. Wayne went 2-0. I don't think I just can't ever see keeping a clean sheet. I went 2-1.
You got Brad's been winning bets.
Josh went 2-1. John went 3-1. Shane 4-0. That's the biggest. Brad 2-0. Jim 2-1. Looking forward. I don't know if you're watching yet, Jim. Looking forward to seeing you later this week. Shane O'Donnell went 1-1. You went 2-1, as you said, as indeed did Doug. 2-1 also Nate. Jeff went 2-0. And Rob went 3-1. So there's sort of no big 3, like I say, 4 and 5 nils. No. Dorco says there, Alves, he had 45 minutes. It was heat off against Huddersfield. He didn't do very well. I think with Alves that we put a bit of a crop on here. I think we've shot ourselves in the foot because when he was good, we were loaning him out.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying, he needs another year's loan. He needs another year's loan. And I'm going, no, he needs to be playing for us. He needs to be playing for us. Now that he is back, he's really not set anybody alight, And he was taken off halfway through a game against a lower league team in the Fizzy Pop Cup. And now he's not even, again, as he was week 1, he's not even in the on the subs bench. So,
yeah, I agree with you. I think momentum earlier, Chris, might have got him in the team and got him playing at a higher level earlier. I agree with that. I think he lacks that finishing. He's great with ball at his feet, nice close control, but lacks that finishing you need at even championship level. I mean, Cardiff went down and they needed him to score goals last year.
Yeah. I just wonder if we're going to be getting rid of him. I think we might. Now, I'm going to let you go because it's 1:03. The match hasn't started yet, so I don't know on my screen where it is going to be. Oh, I found it. Right, they're on the pitch. I'll let you go, mate. I'll see you at half-time.
Cheers, guys. See you at half-time. Come on, Leicester.
Indeed. What that man said, basically, come on, Leicester. Let me just upload the... we're in our second strip. I thought we were in pink. Oh, no, we're in pink midweek, weren't we? So we're in our second strip. We're just in the huddle at the moment. And all my bloody wires are all mixed up. Look at that mess that I've got there. I should have sorted that out. I do like this second strip. I was going to get by the third one. And Wayne said he thinks he went too quick in buying that. I might just have to end up buying them both, to be honest with you. Do check out the Leicester Till I Die Facebook page, because Facebook group, because on there we are. There is sort of a bit of a deal on shirts if you can find it. I'm saying no more. Finally, I've got this, I think, bloody thing sorted out. Here we go. So, the greatest sponsor ever for Preston North End. So, and we're off. So, Preston North End in their white tops, dark shorts, and white socks. And here they are kicking from right to left. That's a white top, dark shorts, and white socks. Leicester in their all-new away kit, second kit. I'm not sure if it looks as good, actually. It looked better in the picture, I think, this kit. What does everybody think about this kit? As Gray says there, guys, no spoilers. Even if you think you're being clever and having a joke, we don't know. You'll just get kicked out. Stefan is in. Hi, Stefan. How you doing? And immediately the first thing that happens is the fucking the thing froze. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Here we go. Preston North End coming forward down this left-hand side. They're in the box. Oh, good defending there. Okoli there. I hope we can keep hold of Okoli. Now we go down the left-hand side. Now, Mavadidi. Ayu back into Mavadidi. Mavadidi tries to go past another player. He can't. And then we lose the ball. So Mavadidi played it. We had a great run, Mavadidi there. Played it out to Ayu. Ayu. Oh, Thomas has got the ball. Mavadidi. Oh, and he's trying to too fucking much, Mavadidi. You plonker. Try and play the simple ball. You're not fucking Messi. And you never will be. I bet it does, Stefan. I'm sorry, he frustrates me, Mavadidi. Now Fatawu trying to get it. He can't get past his player on this near side. So Fatawu now. Again, trying to go past the player. Can't. Oh. Vestergaard taken out there by Smith. Thomas was saying, of course, he was physical. We can't say, Riley. You've either got it or you haven't. But it's not on any of the main channels, I'm sorry. But we can't say. Oh. Mavadidi took that well, I've got to say. Fair play to him. Again, he doesn't get past his player. In the first 3 minutes, 3 times, he's not got past his player. Fucking stream. Sorry, get McAteer on. Because Mavididi at the moment's fucking shit. At the moment, Mavididi is first choice for Donkey of the Match. Right, a Coley here on this near side. Chips the ball up and over into the box, forcing the Preston guy to have to defend it. But they do it very easily. And they keep the ball themselves, Preston. Vestergaard was a bit short there with the back pass to Everston. As to Stolarczyk, sorry. It's the trouble with having an ex-Leicester goal. Samari with the poor header. I'm just looking at it again, and that was a poor back pass by Vestergaard. Big corner. Unfortunately, just goes out. So, corner comes to nothing. At the moment, Preston have started better. Stolarczyk! 1-0. Fucking hell. Stolarczyk there was just absolutely... He came out and did nothing. And Preston have scored. I mean, what the fuck? 7 minutes and it's 1-0. Fucking hell. I mean, you just cannot account for stupid. Stolarczyk there. I think we need a new first goalkeeper if he's going to play like that. Total and utter wanker, Stolarczyk. 1000% his fault that was. What the fuck are we doing? Fucking streamers are shit as anything, these northern bastards. Don't know how to stream a match. I mean, it's just, like I say, you cannot account for stupidity. And I think Stolarczyk has just come up and awarded himself Donkey of the Match. No, nobody can defend that. I was just fucking stupid. No idea what he was doing. I mean, you could actually say that we sold the wrong goalkeeper. I'm just going to log out and then log back in again because this is a fucking joke. Every other game's working bar this one. Bear with me, everybody. So I'm a little bit behind now, but we're watching AU taking a corner on the far side. AU's got both hands up. Let's hope he's as good with his corners as he has been. AU, it's a high one. It's a long way. That was a bit overhit there. And Coley's up there, though. Back heel to Fatawu. And he's out for a corner on this side. Cheers, Gray. You can understand that, Dorco. In fairness. I think every other game from now on until Christmas, I think we're on TV. So AU on this side. This time just his left hand goes up. There it is. More into the box. Oh, it was a header, but it was straight into the crowd of Preston defenders who booted upfield. Stolarczyk coming up into the middle of the pitch again. He's got the ball now. So it's a Coley. Got El Canoes down this right-hand side. Leicester, remember, kicking left to right. Fatawu tries to get past. I have to say, Preston defenders have got the mark of Fatawu Mavididi. So, Harry Winks, not really seen much of him yet. So, Mavididi. This time he goes get the chip in, but it's Preston goalkeeper there. Preston defender. Coley will put this right the way back to Stolarczyk. Mavadidi plays 1-2 with Ayu, who's still got the ball. Ayu into the box. Oh, what the fuck! Yeah, oh. Story there, the goalkeeper, the defender for Preston. Is it their shirt looks like? Oh, I've got a T-shirt on here, as you can see. It's just a bog standard white T-shirt with the Union Jack on it, and it just looks like the Preston shirt. It's out for a throw-in on the far side to Preston. The only difference this year is that going 1-0 down last year, we'd be going, well, that's it. This year, at least, hopefully we can come back. It's a long ball up, but it's El Canusa's got it and El Canusa's lost it. First 15 minutes, and it's going to could be 2. Oh, good defending by Vestergaard. They're just... Preston just cut through us like a hot knife through butter. So not the best corner, but they've still got it, Preston. So everybody that's been saying that, yeah, we get it that you're from Bangladesh, guys. You spam it, you get kicked. You decide what you want to do. We know you're from Bangladesh. Whoopie-doo. Don't have to keep posting it. We're unbeaten across our last 7 games against Preston. Could be different today. Appreciate you coming in, guys, but don't spam the chat. We cut the ball out then, and we just didn't do anything with it. And then Akoli's an up. I mean, we should have cleared it out, and it's just straight up in the air. And the ball's out. Fatu there. It's primary school defending. And guys, Gray will do that. And he'll have my backing. I'm gonna put this question. Watching this game, who's the ex-Premier League team? So Leicester now coming forward again, as always. We're having to come from behind. I mean, it's all we said last season. I think it's Justin that's down at the moment. Oh yes, he went in for Justin there. I think he's got a warning. The referee there being very firm, sending the other Preston players away. So I'm only talking to the captain, and quite right as well, or the player that was involved. I think he's got off with a warning this time. Fataru tries something fancy, doesn't work again. Mavadidi, sorry. Oh. So let did anybody answer that? So watching this game so far, who do we think is the ex-Premier League team? I've got to say, Dorco, thank you for that, mate. I didn't realise that. I was only thinking it the other day. Johnny, how do, mate? How you doing? I mean, this is when you go back, and how far back in history do you go? Technically, you can say you go the full way back to sort of when you're talking about teams. But Preston are, and they've got a good history. 106 of you in. Please smash those likes. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't affect you or anything like that. What it does, though, is it helps the channel out. Leicester give the ball away again. Preston get another corner. Spud Bros, what a great sponsor. Spud Brothers, brilliant. At least they've got a sponsor. It's too easy for Preston. 2 hands up on the far side, number 21. Who's it over? The guy got it eventually for Preston, but good defending there by Justin. Now it's chipped back into the area. Salarchik comes and grabs it. Oh, good throw out to Mavadidi, who will lose it, we know. He has got 3 on him. Throw into Leicester. They're a very physical team. Highfields, you are in Torquay. Wow. Say hello to Jim. That is where Jim is at the moment. God, it's just a throw in. That was, he nudged him in the back. Yeah, I agree. Matt Elliott's saying there it should be a free kick. So, Winks. Down to Fataru. Left footed into the box. Mavadidi was coming in on the far side. Pushing the back by Mavididi, and what we've just seen wasn't a push in the back. I shouldn't shout because I hate VAR, and I think we should give the refs a chance. I shouldn't really be having a go. Yeah, he has, Stefan, in fairness, yeah. Not brilliant ones, but then no Leicester player has. Jerry Taggart, exactly the same point. That was exactly the same that happened to Justin. So, Leicester have it on the far. So it's a free kick to Leicester. Offside, I think it was. I hope it's a free kick, otherwise it's a handball. No, it is a free kick. Leicester player. I see a pass forward to a player, El Canuso, who had two players on him. What could he do with it? He's got it now, and he plays it back to Vestergaard. Will he play it across to a Coley? Nope, he plays it back over Thomas. Moving forward. Oh, good ball. Yes, can anything come of this? Leicester holding the ball up. Oh, it's a corner. He was holding the ball up well there. Mavididi waiting for somebody to come and help him out. Nobody really did. So where are you with the corner on the far side? Jordan Ayew with the goal, with the corner, chips it in. And so again, it's very deep, and it's too far, too deep. We're halfway through the first half, and to be quite honest with you, word to describe Leicester: shit. And now Preston break on the far side. Oh, that was Leicester got away with one there. So I can say everybody that was saying, well, we're going to walk this league. We've got a fantastic squad. You look stupid at the moment. This is a throw-in. Should have scored then, Preston. Should have been 2-0. Oh! Now we've got four at the back, but they've got two up front, and we are really struggling. Short goal kick. Coley, now it's forward into the middle of the pitch. Now you couldn't control it, and it goes back to their keeper, Everson. Great, mate, but how many people were saying that? How many people were saying Oh, we got this in the bag. Even with the points deduction, we're good enough to go up first, top two. Really? Nothing I've seen in 2.5 games so far has backed that up. So just go through some scores here. So earlier on, Derby 3, Coventry 5, Portsmouth 1, Norwich 2, Wrexham 2, West Brom 3. Preston obviously leading Leicester. Sheffield Wednesday are losing to Stoke City 1-0. Watford are 2-0 up at Queen's Park Rangers after 30 minutes. El Khanous gives the ball away. Fuck's sake. Trying to turn on the edge of the box, Leicester, and we lose it. Richard. And it's in! Oh my good God! Oh! Leicester City lost the ball on Preston's box line, broke away. A cross comes in, and they're just over the head of the striker. Yeah, but everybody was, weren't they? Everybody was saying, like, we're good enough to go up. It doesn't matter what points deduction we get, 9 points, we'll still be probably, in the playoffs, or we'll be in the... I thought we'd be in the playoffs. I'm not even sure about that. But there was a little bit of, blue-tinted glasses there, I'm not going to lie. 114 in. Please get smashing that likes button, guys. Like I say, it's free of charge. Everybody's welcome. It's a free kick to Preston. Left hand up. Almost level with the centre circle line in Leicester's half. Chipped into the box. It's headed away, but it will go out for a corner. By Justin. This side is not going to get promoted. And if we do, it will be an embarrassment. I think Marty sat there in the dugout thinking, shit, this is worse than I thought. Taking the time, taking the corner. He's already got both hands up. The Preston player, number 21. Socks around the ankles. Corner on this near side. It's into the box. A bit of an AU corner there. It was very much over the top, but they've still got it. We've not got it clear yet, Leicester. For God's sake. Leicester City struggling to clear the corner. I think you're right, though. I think we can do them. For false advertising against Fiorentina. McCauley. And Leicester rushed into making decisions, and we managed to keep hold of the ball. We're giving a foul away. Fatawu. Paul, how's your back garden in Sheffield, mate? Hopefully a happier place than Deepdale. So I guess because we've got no sponsor on our shirt to take this free kick, it's taken short on the halfway line. Now it's going to come long ball pumped in and out. Yeah, we've got no sponsor on our shirts. So does that mean because Preston are sponsored by Spud Brothers, that our sponsor should be no jacket required? See what I did there? See what I did? God. You get all this for free, you know. What do you mean you wouldn't pay for it, you cheeky buggers? So it's the Larchit with a long kick up from the ground. Hasn't played it out, but we lose it. But that's always the risk. But with the long kick outs. Again, we're not clearing the ball. Exactly what I said 2 minutes ago. We're going to be, don't forget, we've got a new show, as you can see now going across the bottom. The next show, it's the new show at 6 o'clock. Basically, these aren't 2.5 hour shows. These are just quick 30-minute shows-ish, depending on the news. I'm just talking about the news that has happened about Leicester during the day, all the rumours and what have you. Like I said, the last one we did was about Leicester City being sold, and that is still available, like I say, under upcoming and recent shows tab on LTID TV on YouTube. Hey, Jeff. There's a free kick to Leicester. El Canoes with it on this near side. Again, level with the centre circle in the Preston half. I like that one, Jeff. There's a lot of argy-bargy going on in the wall. The referee's not happy. He's now allowed it to be taken. It's into the box, but it's poor by Leicester. And AU. Interesting thing is, what has made the difference against Sheffield Wednesday was Winks coming on. Winks is on. And to be honest with you, he's having very little effect. Leicester now coming forward. Would be good. Well, any time's a good time to score a goal. It's lofted into the box, but the defenders deal with it there. 4 in the line, all dealing with it. Somebody help me. Leicester fans looking very despondent there. Dangerous ball swung in, but nobody on the end of it. Back to who's chasing ghosts. Preston have it at the back now. Throwing it around, long ball upfield, clears out, only as far as the Coley, but then Justin gives it away, and now he's out of position. Vestergaard comes over to cover. Good clearance. Samari takes it, and now Pataru and Mavididi are having absolutely no impact whatsoever. No, the referee is not having any of these fouls. He's just booted up anywhere by the Leicester defender. It's going to go out. Is it for throw-in? Is it going to be kept? No, it has gone out for throw-in on the far other side of the pitch. Dire performance. Stefano's looking forward to a nice, relaxing season. $40 minutes gone, 5 minutes left, plus obviously any stoppage time. Coley, can he get to this? Yes, he can. Puts it out for a throw-in. Coley had to really do well there, and he did do well. Oh, again. Would have been a great through ball. Well, everything's great if it comes off, didn't it? And nothing is for Leicester at the moment. Samare on the ball. Not seen much, well, not heard much of him, let me put it that way. Samare. Oh, a lovely through ball to Ayu. Abadidi. Preston North End are really closing the play down. Oh, that's a corner. Justin somehow theatrically went up and kept it in, but it's gone out. Matt Elliott, or Ayo with the corner, and Matt Elliott saying, we are too many passes, we're trying to be too intricate. That was again, a bit different. Not going to lie. Thomas on this right side now. Elkanous plays it all the way across the field to Mavididi, who gets on it but gives the ball away. As a throw into Leicester. Good God, we got a decision. Don't know whether I mean, yes, Leicester fans, he will get some kickback. I don't think he'll be compared to Cooper. Samari and Vestergaard almost did get in each other's way there, but we somehow managed it to get control back. Thomas to Vestergaard. Coming up to half time here. Don't think there'll be much added time on. Maybe a minute. Vestergaard is down. Oh, yeah. That was a late. He trod on his foot after the ball was well away. 1 minute of added time. Coley, just inside his own half, chips it forward, but it's dealt with easily by Preston defenders. They've probably not had this easy 45 minutes for a long time. Justin with a quick throw in. Fatawu, and it's another throw in to Leicester. Justin's still there. We'll take it again, gets the ball off Fatawu. And now he's left it for a long throw in here from Luke Thomas, who runs all the way across the pitch. Doesn't like the ball that's been left, so picks a new one up. So, this will be the last action of the half. And there it is. I feel like it's a half time. It's like putting a horse out of its misery. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Do not go away. Do not touch that dial. Basically, it's a toilet break. Of course it is. We always have one. Why wouldn't it be? We'll be back with the half-time analysis straight after this. The best thing that happened in that half, Tom, the half-time whistle. I've just
agreed.
It was like flattening a horse out of his misery, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, I mean, the problem is that like you can see that what Marty's trying to get through to them isn't quite connecting yet so far, and I think it's the players' fault so far. I don't think it's Marty's fault because Marty won't be happy with the lack of quickness around the final third. I mean, there's too much holding on to the ball, Chris. There's too much lack of desire to make quick plays in the final third. This is what this league is going to be for us this year, guys. It's going to be 5 at the back for a lot of teams we play against. You have to make quick transitions and win those set pieces, and you have to be committed. And the reality is, Chris, I think 1 or 2 have been. I think the majority of the team as a team versus being individuals aren't connected. I think they're still thinking about transfers elsewhere, to be honest, a lot of them, mate, because there isn't that desire that Preston have shown. Is that right?
100%. 100%. I mean, Marty, what I'm just doing there. Matt Elliott said, we're too bothered about playing nice, intricate passing rather than just putting the ball into the dangerous play. At half time in the last couple of games, he brought Winks on. Winks, made the change. Winks is already on the field, and to be honest with you, he's done sweet FA.
He has, yeah. I mean, but then I could say the same about Sumare. I could say the same about quite a few of them, Chris, and I mean, I think this is the problem for me. And if we end up losing this game, I think the manager needs to have a come to Jesus meeting one-on-one with every single player in this football club and needs to go, look, if your head is elsewhere, then let's make it happen. Let's not wait till the frigging 31st of August to make this happen. Let's get them out. Because if they're not going to be a team, they're not going to be connected. They're not going to want to try and win a football match, which is what annoys us more than anything else. You could be bad, you could be good and lose. We're bad and losing today. That's the reality, right? And Preston is showing more desire. I mean, I get annoyed at the lack of desire, Chris. I'm a passionate bloke, as you know, and I'm just seeing players walking around, like you say, no desire to really make a positive effort in this game, and it's really frustrating for me. And we need to change the system because they're playing a high line here with 5 at the back, which is crazy to me because there is gaps in behind. But we're not playing a long ball over the top. What is the point in Vestergaard being there if he's not playing a long ball over the top?
Can't argue with any of that. Preston have got 4 of their top players out, and they're still beating us. 2 up front, our defence looks absolutely awful.
Yeah,
I've written down here. It's primary school football is what I'm watching from Leicester.
Yeah, 100%, Chris. Yeah,
I mean, and I've got all right. Let me say for me, the 2. All right, I'm going to say this. The 2 worst players on the pitch so far, Mavididi and Fatawu.
See, this is the interesting thing, Chris, because I disagree with you, because I think those 2 have actually been the ones trying to make the progress happen, and they're getting frustrated because people around them aren't supporting them. That's why I disagree with you, but please make your point.
I will. No, I will indeed, and you are very much entitled to disagree with me. I can count on one hand, and it's probably the hand where I've got less fingers, how many times Mavididi and Fatawu have actually got past their player.
True. I would agree with you on that one a little bit. Today, they've matched up well with Thierry Small, who's very pacey at that full-back position. He's actually done a very good job on Fatawu. He's a raw player, but he's done a very good job. And thank God he can't header a football, Chris, or we'd be 2-0 down by now. But, I can agree with that. I mean, it screams to me, like I think it's been mentioned, is that we need to tactically change this up. I wasn't expecting them to go for a higher line like they have in the first half. And I think that suggests to me, even though people might kick off me saying it, bring someone off and get Daka on alongside Ayew, because I think then we've got that long pass option, and that's what Preston have been doing to get so effective against us. They've not been making these small passes in the middle, have they, Chris? Direct through the defence. Yeah. Don't give them chance to get back like we have done every time. We can't play through 10 players. No one can.
I've only seen one, and it was, in fairness, it was Sumari right towards the end there with a lovely... It took all the Preston players out, went through to Ayew, but went up to Ayew, farting about in the box.
Yeah, held on to it too long.
Yeah. It's just so... Oh, that goal. The only thing I've written down here about that goal is you can't account for stupidity.
Yeah, he's had an absolute howler, hasn't he? I mean, we've all done it as a goalkeeper. I mean, I'm pretty sure me and Brad will try and defend him a little bit because we all made mistakes. Like sometimes you do make the wrong decision coming out too soon.
Everybody that was in the chat, You all wanted to see how this was going to be defended.
Yeah.
We've got an ex-goalkeeper here. We're going to be joined
Yeah.
by an ex-goalkeeper. Defend Stolarczyk coming out for that ball and just being left stood there with his finger up his arse because he didn't even make an attempt to go. He went for it and the player just went, yeah, I'm going round you. Made him look like an absolute arsehole.
Yeah, I think he's made an individual mistake at that moment, Chris. That's the point of it, you know. I mean, Hermansen is better at that if he ever came out and did it right. I mean, that's the reality. He was better at that portion of the goalkeeping game. So yeah, he's had a mistake. Look, you know, he's still young. You know, he's still very good at shot stopping.
How are we in 10 years' time going to be saying, they're still young? You know, these are the players that next season. They're not going to be playing in the Premier League, but they've got aspirations to play in the Premier League. And we can't keep saying, they're still young. You know, we've put the faith in him. He can't be making mistakes like that.
No, I'd agree with that. It's a coaching issue, definitely, Chris.
Yeah.
But once again, it comes back quickly to that point of just like we got to be connected better, because the fact he feels he has to go and do that, doesn't that suggest there's a problem with the back four?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't argue with that. I've got down here, LCFC awful for the first 50 minutes. He just didn't get any better. Primary school defending. Let me ask you a question then. And I put this to the chat. I was going through the watch-along after about 17 minutes. Looking at that game, you tell me which team is the ex-Premier League team.
I would say Preston, because they look much more organised, much more drilled, a lot more responsible. They understand their duties in the team, and they've made it effective, Chris. And they've completely shut us out, really, with all due respect to ourselves. They really have. So it would be Preston, 100%. And this is a problem, right? We've got to get our heads on here, because this league is like the UFC. We've done the boxing league, which is the Premier League. We take jabs at each other, and then you...
Oops. I think Tom was frozen there. I mean, look, we should be 2-0 down. Definitely should be 2-0 down. And I think we are really struggling against the two up front. Surprise, surprise. Who knew? And don't know what Tom's looking at there. He's frozen looking at something. Don't know if you can still hear me, mate, but you're frozen. Let me try and take him out. Makes me sound like a hitman, doesn't it? You know. Hopefully he'll come back in. But you know, and he's back. He's back. Hang on a second. I can see movement in the green room. Well, that is him probably reaching for another drink.
Sorry about that, Chris. No, my internet's been terrible on the computer. Yeah.
That's all right. Not a problem, mate. You said that before. Two up front, we're struggling against, aren't we? Who knew that two up front could cause the opposition problems?
Yeah, exactly, Chris. I mean, this is the point, isn't it? I mean, they're tactically very well organised, aren't they? I mean, the difference is they're a team and we're a group of individuals trying to be a team. And when you're a bad team, you don't want the football as an individual. How many times can we see players on the ball today who just seem to want to pass it off to someone as quick as possible to not take any accountability for the ball they got at their feet? You've got to take accountability, boys. You've got to want to score goals. You've got to want to make a positive drive forward. And this is the thing, right? I mean, set pieces are going to be key to this now because they're going to park the bus, Chris. And why wouldn't you when you're in this position?
Talking of set pieces, AU's corners, we're getting them past the first man, but we're getting them past every man. They are so deep. They are going. Well, I think he's trying to pass it to the far corner flag.
I think he's a bit frustrated, Chris. I think there's a bit of frustration there and he's overdoing things. And I think when the unbalancedness of the team is there, individuals will start making mistakes. I've said this about Mavididi before. I think Mavididi sometimes overplays the ball too much because he doesn't have confidence in like Winks next to him or Sumari next to him to be in the right place to support him. So this is the problem. And this is why I think there needs to be a come to Jesus in one-on-one meeting with Marty and all these players. And if it is, say, El Kanous who wants to go, we'll make it happen. Let's not make it happen on the final day of the transfer window. Do it now. Get it done. Let's get someone in there.
I don't necessarily think that their head's not there. I just think they're shit.
No, I think their heads are not there, Chris. I mean, Sumari's head's not there. If you can say to me right now, Sumari's head is wanting to be at Leicester City Football Club, I will eat shit and like the taste of it. But no, he's passing the ball off as easy as possible, making the least amount of effort, and it's just trying to make himself look like he's all right. But he's not driving forward. He's not trying to actually.
If I said to you now, name me a player of the match, I couldn't do it, and
I'd fall out with you.
Sorry.
I said I'd fall out with you because I'd probably go for one of the ones you've mentioned who hasn't done well in your books. But I'm thinking the team's terrible. So I'm looking at individuals.
But it's the individuals that make up the team. And if you ask me to say, right, who's been the donkey of the match, obviously still Archie for the error. But I could name 10 others, and they're all on the pitch. There's nobody out there that is making. I mean, I said it. We said earlier, all those guys that went 4-0, 5-0, 6-0 for the first game are probably the same guys that said, "Well, Leicester City are going to win the league. Leicester City are going to finish second." Oh, we fuck.
Well, exactly. On this performance, yeah, sorry, mate, I interrupt you. I do apologise. But no, I get your point, mate. Yeah, 100%. It's one of those where it's like, I was the same. I thought last week we needed to kind of go and do that to make a marker on this league. When you spent a year losing football matches, you've got to snap out of it quick, right? And this is where if I was Marty, I'd be doing my nut because they're not doing enough at the top end. He's talked about that positive press, that quick football that we need to do at the final end and the final third, especially when they've got more players back. And we're not doing it. Yeah. We're not doing it. That's a problem.
We're not. I cannot see this team getting promoted. I'm sorry. I think this team we were lucky against Sheffield Wednesday. Let's not gloss over it. It wasn't a brilliant performance. We were lucky against a team that we should have really, on paper, have battered. We're not playing against a team now that hasn't had a full pre-season. We're not playing against a team now where 4 or 5 of the teams actually walked out on them. So, I mean, we're going to struggle in this one. We got lucky against Sheffield Wednesday. Unless there's some major changes, I don't think.
Yeah, and the thing is, Chris, we're going to be facing this a lot this season. That's the thing. People look at us and they see Leicester. So technically, we're the Man City of this league. I know that sounds a bit arrogant, but they view us in that sort of regard. So they're going to park the bus against us, a lot of teams. So we have to find a way past that. And the problem is with this system, and I like this system, I like this idea. I think it has got the best chance of success, but you need commitment to do it. And we lack individuals in this team right now willing to commit to this, which annoys me.
I think we've got individuals, we just haven't got a team.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. And I think that is a big part of it, And I think Marty's got to do more off the pitch than ironically he has to do on it. And I think he has to kind of get them back together, get their heads back in the right direction. And because, like you say, it can really descend into madness from here. One bad result today and a bad result next week, and all of a sudden it's nightmare, isn't it?
Well, somebody in the chat said, and forgive me, I can't remember who it was, that if this carries on, they'll be turning on Cifuentes, and he could be the like we did with Cooper. I mean, I don't think Cifuentes is another Cooper, but look, Leicester fans are toxic, aren't they?
I think the problem is, Chris, is that I think he's got the ability to be a Michelin star chef, but right now his ingredients come from like Aldi. Do you know what I mean? I think it's one of those where like
Aldi.
No, but you know my point. No, it's a general point.
No,
I think
yeah.
It wasn't trying to diss any Aldi fans. I love Aldi as well, but the problem is that like he's trying to make a massive beef broth or a beef Wellington worth 100 quid or something with very little ingredients, and that is the challenge here. I don't trust the club in bringing in the right players at the moment either, so I'm kind of quite worried actually.
Yeah, Dorco, how very Chris is right for one. How dare you, sir? How very dare you? Boot him out, Gray.
Hopefully it'll be reverse jinx and we'll end up winning the league after this little mishap today. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Dorco.
Yeah. There's a lot of 0-0s. The only other games with goals in is... Oh, I'm going to have to go because they're out. I'll speak to you later, mate.
I'll see you at full time. Cheers, guys. Good luck. 2-1 Leicester. 2-1 Leicester. Set pieces, 2 corners.
We'll see. I haven't got the faith that he has. Let's just see. Have there been any changes? Daka is on. I'm not sure who's gone off at the moment, but Daka is on. And they're going to be kicking off in the second half. AU's still on. I think that's AU behind. El Canoose is off. So Daka is on for El Canoose. So this is intriguing. I'm trying to work out this substitution because you know Preston are a physical side, but I wouldn't say Daka is any more. But Daka's not more physical than El Canoose. So Daka, well, they're saying he's got physicality. I think he goes over if you fart at him, but he has got the speed. Oh, it's a poor delivery from Daka. He didn't do bad. He did well as a sustain to get the ball, but so Leicester in their new away kit, and they are kicking right to left. Oh, it's a free kick on the edge of the box. That's on the penalty box line. Kind of sandwiched between Thomas and Okoli. Not talking to each other there. I mean, it is literally on the penalty box line. You know, the Leicester's wall is nearly, the guy that's lying down is nearly lying on the 6-yard box. Got to be careful here, Leicester. Don't want to go 2-0 down. Oh, free kick. Just wide. I think Still Archie possibly had it covered. Yeah, I think he might have just got his hand to that, but thankfully it was wide and he didn't need to. Free kick there from Whiteman for Preston. Mavididi gets a free kick this time. Yeah, it's a good point Jerry's making there. Why is AU taking free kicks? Oh. Yeah, no support from the Leicester players. And Preston Oh, I thought that might have just dropped down near the goal, but it wasn't. It was actually well wide and high in the end. 1-0, 49 minutes gone. Leicester don't look like they're going to get back into this game anytime soon. This, of course, is our first away game of the new season. It's a short free kick. Coley plays it forward. Fatu holds it up. Winks. And I didn't hear the whistle go, but it was a free kick, and I think it was obviously a free kick. It was pulled well down there by McCann. Sumare a heavy... Oh! Then a heavy touch by Preston. Now, Daka, can we support him? Sumare. Leicester now on the far side with Fatawu. James Justin and Fatawu. But they're not getting the ball in. Now they are. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh! That could have... I mean, that... Oh! Should be 2-0 now. Preston down the far side. The crowd are getting really up for this now. So the throw for Preston. Two Leicester players on the Preston striker, but he still manages to get his cross in. Let's have a look what happens here. Oh, side netting. So two Leicester players there on the Preston North End striker, and still gets a cross on. The whistle has gone. Didn't hear it again for a free kick for a foul on Ayew, who's way back there. Ayew needs to get forward more. He's much too deep. Maradidi, Winks, Jordan Ayew. And he loses the ball. Poor ball for Preston, and it's easy one for Leicester just to clean up. Hi Vicky, how you doing? Iverson's had very little to do. And ball over the top for Preston. Good defending there by Justin. Got his foot to it to put it out. Pavlos, thank you very much, sir. You are a very true gentleman. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. Hey, mate, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I thank you for that, sir. Thank you. Oh, the delivery came in, but thankfully from the corner, Solarchik managed to get up and hold on to the ball. Wolves, hello, mate. You said you're going to be back. How you doing? Pavlov, I don't even know you, but thank you so very, very much for that. How have you been, Wolves? You've been busy with work, you were saying. So, Leicester, Fatawu gets the ball cross in. It's an awful cross. Awful cross! So on 55, we're going to see two Leicester subs. Ayew is Faze is coming on. And Monga is coming on. So Thomas is off. Faze is on for Thomas. And Mavadidi is off for Monga, who had his full debut in the Carabao Cup midweek. I have to say, I'm glad to get Mavadidi off. Good. Goal scorers coming on when you bring a defender on, eh, Blue? Enough to drive you to drink, I don't know what you mean there, Peter. So we're going to have a change in formation here. Players are all getting a drink of water while they're at it. It does look like it's a hot day. Yeah, so that was a long break, that was. Everson with the goal kick. And 3 substitutions now for Leicester. We lose the ball. So you can't say we're not going for it. We've got Monga, we've got Ayew, we've got Daka on. And of course, goal scorer at Wout Faze. Fatawu losing the ball so easily. I'm getting fed up with Fatawu. I know Mavadini's gone off, but both of them just trying to do too much. Yep, Justin's moved across to left back, and Coley's moved over to the right. And you got Faze and Vestergaard as our middle two defenders. Can anybody see Leicester getting back into this? Agreed. But Monga somehow manages to get away with it. Was that a foul by Daka? Out there was nowhere near the shove in the back that Justin got and was ignored. And the free kick's taken short by Preston on the far side. Tried to do an overlapping run, but that was a throw in. Leicester have the ball now. Oh, it was played over the top to Daka. Everson came out, and in fairness, Everson won that one. Arwu? Who's Arwu, Mr. Commentator? Winks. Justin now on this left. Winks. Monga. I thought it had gone out for a goal kick then, but it hasn't. It stayed in. And now it's out for a Leicester throw-in halfway in our own half. So Leicester now starting to look a bit more lively. Have we left it too late? Somebody's just said still half an hour to go. But half an hour of playing crap. I don't know why Hamza's not been playing at right back, to be honest with you. Now Justin down this left-hand side to Monga. He's into the area. Passes it back to Winks. Chips it into the box, but it's headed clear by Preston. Sumare gets a... Yeah, he wins it. He gets a throw in. But he goes out for a Preston corner. Look, all I will say is, and I said this right at the start of the channel of the show, Hamza should be on at right back, and Justin should start at left back. Free kick to Preston. I don't know, Preston getting the rub of the referee here. Far be it from me to say that the referee's showing any favouritism. Do you know what I'm thinking here? Comfort food and shall I get a takeaway? So Leicester have it at the back now. A long ball. Oh, what? It's... I mean, come on, referee. I mean, the referee, come on. I wonder if there's a little brown envelope in the referee's room. Stoke City have gone 2-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday. It's still Watford 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Middlesbrough have gone 1-0 up against Millwall, and Blackburn 1-0 up against Birmingham. Leicester just about holding on to the ball. And now, the referee's given Leicester a free kick, everybody. Panic not. His contact lenses have got back into space. Oh, referee's been very bloody pedantic as to where he wants the ball played. So it's played it short, free kick, Leicester. Vestergaard out to Acoli, who's playing on that right now. He chips it forward. Only as far as the Preston player, and the Preston have got it, but they lose it to Leicester City. Sumare. Daka can control the ball. Comes back to Faze. Justin to Monga. Oh, lovely ball from Monga. Oh! Justin to Monga. Great cross. Manga scores! Jeremy Monga, 1-1. Gets his first goal for the club in league action or any senior action. Let's have a look at this. Monga, it was all Monga. Oh, lovely goal. Whoa, we're back in this. I never saw that coming.
Go! Back of the net.
So, 1-1. Game on. But Preston coming back at us straight away. Yeah, Monga now has got confidence. Faze coming forward now. Daka couldn't get it through, but it's come back out. Winks to Jordan Ayew. Oh! Leicester City have got the confidence that comes with a goal. So Monga is the youngest ever player to score for Leicester. Yeah, just then the lad, they're shouting his name. I mean, he just played it so well into the corner. Everson's got the ball now at his feet. But Monga, I've got to say, it was just all him. He had the ball, brought it inside. Wow. Swansea gone 1-0 up against Sheffield United. Sheffield United are losing, and I'm losing my I'm losing the ability to predict football scores here. I thought Sheffield United would do well against Swansea, but maybe one of them seasons in the prediction league. So we've got 20 minutes. 20 minutes to maybe get the winner, and 20 minutes not to concede another one. 117 in there, guys. Please smash that likes button. How many likes have we got? We do want to, Gray. Who tried to twist past his player. I thought got fouled, but the referee said no, and it was right in front of the referee, in fairness. Poor ball there from Preston striker. Plays it to FaZe. And there was no player there, so Wout FaZe just basically just tidied up. Oh, finally we get a free kick. Finally, Ayew goes down. Finally, there's a free kick. Try to take the free kick quickly. The referee says, hang on, I'm in charge. And it's a Preston sub. Oh, Jeremy Monga, they're shouting. Goal scorer is off for Preston. Oh, lovely ball from McCauley. Oh. I think Ayew just tried to do too much. Yeah, Jerry Taggart is talking so much sense in this game. Oh, that's a foul. And he's going to be a yellow card for Preston. Oh, God. That is such... he went for the ball, and then he just stayed there and took James Justin out. Stoke 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Stoke 3 is the latest score there. Leicester, we've dropped 2 places from 4th to 6th. Southampton playing tomorrow, of course they're playing Ipswich. They could go above us if they win. Leicester fans looking a little bit concerned there. Hi Doug, how you doing? Oh, youngest ever player in the Championship as well, Doug. Youngest ever player for Leicester to score, I believe. Youngest ever player in the Championship. Now, Chowdhury is coming on to all our friends from Bangladesh. Hamza Chowdhury. Although I think James Justin is coming off. Hamza is on for Justin. It's better to play safe than sorry. This shirt's growing on me. Ayew now taking the free kick. Monga's close by him. Will it be short to Monga or into the box? Monga is being watched though. It's going to go into the box. It's chipped in. Leicester player went down, but referee gave absolutely nothing. Sumare. Fatawu on the far side. Cuts inside. And it was high and wide. Well, it wasn't wide, but it was high. Not having the best games, Fatawu, but look, you know, it happens, doesn't it? Good days, bad days. Everson with this goal kick. Would have loved to have kept a clean sheet against his old team. He was fouled, Prashant. The Preston player got a yellow card. Fatawu. Oh no, sorry, Ayew on the far side. Oh. Defended well there by Preston. Yeah, he got fouled and he went down, and it was a bit of a dead leg, I think, but they've taken him off as a precaution. Always best to. Baz. Chowdhury gives the ball away. No, he didn't. I think it was a No, it was Chowdhury because Kohli was in the box. Hamza, another player obviously that's been linked with Wrexham. Wrexham have obviously won the lottery. Yeah, 11 minutes. There will be more stoppage time. Obviously, there was 1 minute stoppage time in the first half. $104 in. Please smash that like button. Old Trafford? How you doing, mate? You don't have to go for a leak. Hey! Boom, boom. See what I did there? He is indeed Gray. How many likes have we got, Gray? Long throw into the box. Two headers by Preston. Quick throw out there by... it wasn't the best throw out by Stolarczyk. Could see what he was doing. But the Preston player got there ahead of the Leicester City player. Who's Mr. Reynolds? Referee, I've got to say, the referee has allowed play to he's not blown up all the time. So, controlling the ball well here. Leicester. Sorry, Preston. This will go back to Everson. Yes, it does. Of course, Everson had a long loan spell at Preston. He gets caught and he gets a free. He's played advantage, but McCauley puts it out. Does defending well there. How many likes have we got? 116 in. Out of those 116, how many likes have we got? If everybody likes the channel, it would be likes the video. Sorry, it would be amazing. If you subscribed as well, that would be amazing. Obviously, but liking it really does help the algorithm. 126 in now. 75 likes. I'll take that, guys. Thank you very much. Still more to go, but I'm happy with 75. Preston now. It's all Preston striking. Fatawu now. Ran the ball out. And it went out. Thank you, guys. 77 now. Hey! Preston. You just got to watch. I mean, I can't sit easily. I mean, there's 8 minutes to go and probably about 5 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Now, down this right-hand side, Preston, they got the space. Hamza comes over, playing on the left. It's not a normal position for Hamza. It's up. But Jakub gets it. The Hamza's played on the left. What I like about Hamza is, I have got to say, when he was younger, he was a little bit hot-headed. What I like about Hamza is he says that say to the opposition, I'm here, and he'll put the boot in. No foul again, referee. Come on. Yannick Vestergaard. Great intervention. Monga, I've got to say, he's going to get man of the match. Fatawu cuts inside, has a shot, but it comes off the Preston defender. He had options to pass. Why didn't he? Chowdhury. Let's say, if you ask Chowdhury to go in goal, he would do. And he'd give it his best effort. You've got to. I love Hamza Chowdhury. Winks steals it, but then he loses it. And now it's Preston. Breakaway. Two-one. 2-1 to Preston. A lovely move. mean, we'd committed men forward, and to be honest with you, we were just cut open. We were just cut open. "85 minutes, Jordan Story, 2-1 to Preston." So the wind's been taken out of the sails, I think, a little bit. I mean, you'd say, like, oh, let's hope we get a penalty, but we couldn't even be guaranteed to score those, could we? Faze comes forward. Have Leicester got one last... well, with Mongo on the ball, you never know. He chips it into the box. Oh, Ayu takes a... It is a shot. It was a thunderous shot from the edge of the penalty area, but it just hit a defender. Yeah, I've actually banned Old Trafford. He kicked him out. Well done, Jeff. Spoiler, well done for that. They never learn, but he actually has now been banned. With a name like Old Trafford, he's not a Leicester fan, is he? Let's be honest. Although you do have to feel sympathy for him being a Man United fan, I guess. Leicester now on the far side. Lovely bit of movement here. Samare gets the... Oh, it is actually a good cross from Samare. Monga's got it on this near side. He is being forced out, though. Oh, absolutely. He stitches the Preston player up. He still can't get past him, though, but a back heel through his legs. Oh! Samari takes a shot, but it's straight at the player, straight at the defenders. Leicester now really pushing for this Winks. Samare to Hamza Chowdhury. We know what he can do. Monga on this left-hand side. Chips it into the box. Oh, and it's just over the head. So goal kick. It just went over the head there. That was a lovely movement. Oh, Monga. A back heel nutmeg. The goal kick in the 89th minute. I'm guessing about 5 minutes of stoppage time. Preston should just really play this game out now, but there's a cross into the box. Dangerous, this. Oh, and it's high and over. They won't bother too much about that, Preston, because it'll go out and obviously waste a little bit of time. 6 minutes to stoppage time. I wasn't far off with 5, was I? We'll take a point now, won't we? We will take a point. Chowdhury on this left-hand side receives the ball. Oh, Patson Daka. Good defending by Preston there. By Gibson. Just holding Patson Daka off. Leicester back down to 10th. There's no full-time whistles gone yet in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Solarchik picks the ball up. He's being held up by the striker, but he gets it out to Hamza. No, he gets it out to Faze. We are going up to a minute and a half into the 6. You're going to just see 10 defenders here now for Preston. Chowdhury, did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Monga. Winks. Samare Tuayu, who tries that shot from the edge of the box. And all he's doing, it's just hitting defenders every time. Goal kick to Preston North End. They'll take the time, I mean. I didn't see McAtee come on for Fatawu. Yeah, a bit of revenge for Preston. We celebrated the title by beating them. Solarchik. Out to Hamza Chowdhury on this left-hand side. There's a cross to Vestergaard, to Samara in the middle. Holds off the player well. He gets the ball back. Good ball. Good ball. Gets the cross in. Chowdhury. Oh. Oh. That was a good save from Solarchik. When he could have done that in the first half. The corner, and of course, Preston absolutely taking the time and playing it around the back. And playing it in the corner, I should say. The throw into Preston. Leicester getting the ball for them. They're keeping it in the corner, and it's a goal kick. It's a corner now. Preston fans looking happy. This time it's a goal kick. And he takes it short. There it is. It's over. We've lost. Well, everybody that was saying we're going to be going up, we're not. We lost, and we'll be back with the full-time analysis. I need to go and do something. We'll be back. Tom.
Yeah, what do we say about that? I mean, we could have won the game, Chris, before the last the goal we conceded. We had a good spell there towards the end, but it's not enough. It's not consistent.
I'm just going Just going to nibble on some mini cheddars, but they are red Leicester.
No worries. You keep doing that. I mean, we're red at
I'll
Leicester
tell you
right
what,
now, aren't
I'll
we?
tell you what, they should have bloody red faces, those players.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, this is the challenge we're going to face, right? The challenge is that we're going to come up against teams like this who've got something to prove against a team like us. And the crazy thing about it is, Chris, I mean, this, and the thing that gets me is that, like, we could have still won this game. Would we have deserved it? Probably not, but we could have still won it. But overall, it was poor. And I'll tell you why. The reason it was poor overall was because ultimately, when you come down from the Premier League, I think your desire should be to take over games and try and make sure you're winning games early. And we seem to be far more interested in keeping possession, not making mistakes, similar to that Premier League mentality that got us relegated. In this division, we can't do that. In this division, you need to take risks. You need to take, chances. You need to try and create goals. And we only scored when the one chap off the bench who was willing to do that came on and did it. We was Monga. So yeah, I'm disappointed by the collective effort over 90 minutes. I think for 10 or 15 minutes we might have nicked it, but still, we've got to do better, Chris. We've got to do better. So you're still eating?
I haven't eaten all day. I am starving.
I did say they'd bring Daka on at half time, though, didn't I? And I think it did make a positive effect. I know he wasn't brilliant, but putting two up top against them, going with the three at the back, matching up with them, I think that was something good to see as well, because we wouldn't have got that under Cooper. We wouldn't have got that under Rude. So that is something bigger than this moment right now where we lost for me. It was good to see a tactical change.
Yeah. All right, look, no, Daka's not the ideal striker that you want to bring on, because obviously, he's not scoring, but he had his moments, and having two up front kept their defence busy.
Well, exactly. And that was the point, right? We needed to be more forward-facing. And I mean, I know it's a home game for them. I know we're the away team, but, we need to be dominating games more. I mean, the crazy thing is, mate, we're actually pretty good with possession, but we just lack that desire, it seems, to try and win a football match early. We want to kind of stay in them and try and nick them. Go out there and try and win a football match, boys, because if we'd started off better and a lot of the players in the first half had, performed better, we wouldn't have been in the mess in the first place to try and fight back from this. And then, of course, there's gaps at the back and they nick it 2-1 and, at a time when we were on top. So I think it's a big learning day for us today. This could have happened against Sheffield Wednesday, but it didn't. We were fortunate on that day because of the set pieces, right? So it's not as if this wasn't without precedent. This is something that could have happened, and it has happened. We need to learn quickly. Are you about to eat another crisp there, aren't you?
No, mini cheddars, not crisp. This is my diet. Wayne is in. What are you doing in, Wayne? What are you doing in? Your girlfriend's there this weekend.
Oh,
yes.
Wasn't he in the post-match?
No, he's not. No. He asked for the day off. I did actually say he's probably got more chance of scoring than Daka.
Which you're correct about.
Yeah. I should have taken that up on BetMate, shouldn't I? See if I could have got odds for that.
Exactly.
She's gone out. Do you want to pop on? I don't know, Wayne. Have you watched the match? You're welcome to pop on if you want to. Just let me know. Look, we talked about the first half. Daka coming on was a positive.
Yeah.
As El Canoes wasn't particularly in the game, was he? Now, I've got to ask you this. They said, he's brought Daka on because he's more physical than El Canoes. Now, El Canoes, I will admit, is not physical. He's not a physical player. But Daka's not the... Daka goes down if you fart as you run past him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the problem is, Chris, we're also going to try to piece together a jigsaw puzzle out of pieces that don't quite fit what we're trying to do. But actually, the system we're hoping is going to lead us above that, like it did with Enzo, right? The reality is, like you say, we're stuck with Daka, really. I mean, no one's going to pay any money for him at the moment, so we've got to try and fit him in somehow. And I'm just in that position where I'm kind of like, we're in a very difficult position. I think we underestimate how difficult that position is. I think because we've had a difficult year last year. To try and turn that back around now and not end up as a bit of a Luton as a worst case scenario, it is difficult. especially when you come with a new manager and a new ideas and trying to lift this group out of that negative mentality. And I think Patson has at least shown that he's willing to put a bit of an effort in. But then what I'm even doubting myself, Chris, is that enough right now? Do we need to be doing more?
Look, they say that you can teach skill.
Yeah.
That you can teach tactics. What you can't teach or train is passion.
Yes.
I think what Daka gives us, and I'm not going back to a very good example here, but it is a good example, and that was the AD Akinbaye. Yes, it was not a brilliant goal scorer in the Premier League. His level was the Championship, and when he moved on to Burnley, they were in the Championship, and he did well. And I was not going to tell him that. Did you see when he took his top off? I mean, bloody hell. So I wasn't going to tell him. But what you couldn't question with AD Akinbaye was his passion.
Yeah, exactly.
Daka, whilst he may not be any good in this, look, Daka is not a bad striker. He just struggling with the English game. Now, it might be that he will never overcome that. That we've got to sort of wait and see. I think we know the answer, actually. We have to wait. I wouldn't call him a physical player, Daka.
No, we haven't got any physical players, Chris. That's the problem. You look at the 2 forwards for Preston today. You're in the Championship, right? Both of them are physical. I mean, as Mancic, he can finish with his feet and his head. I mean, he looks slightly fat to me, but that's not a problem in the Championship, He's bulk, and we lack that sort of play. I said over the summer, I really think if we needed to get someone in, it would be a complete forward, someone like Downs, who Southampton have signed, someone who's got a little bit of a physical presence up there, and we do lack that. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's difficult from that perspective, and perhaps this is not the year, unlike the Enzo year, where we can just about make it fit, because Vestergaard is 2 years older now, and maybe it's slightly past its sell-by date a little bit, which is difficult, right?
He's here. I didn't hear you come in, mate. I do apologise. How the devil are you, Brad? Before we go any further, as part of the goalkeeping union, you defend bloody Stelarczyk in that first half.
I'm not going to, Chris. It was absolute madness. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I think Dan Moore put a curse on him and possessed him before the game because it was absolutely fucking terrible.
I mean, the only thing is that Everson would have wanted a clean sheet, didn't get one. We're on the second half now, but give us your thoughts on the first half, because we were goddamn awful, weren't we?
I mean, that's
we're not even that good.
We weren't even that good. We were slow. And the only consistency, sadly, that followed from the first half into the second half was our defence was absolutely tore apart when we went high line. And I'm sorry, Chris, but that's why you don't play Vestergaard in a high line. You have him sit deep. He cannot do it. I'm not saying he was entirely at fault for the second goal, but the guy who scores it, Chris, gets in front of him with ease because he's blowing smoke out of his arse. But yeah, that first half, Huddersfield all over again. Wednesday night all over again. Boring, slow. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ayu's brain stopped when he got the ball played into him at one point in their box, because he kind of got the ball and went... pass. That's how slow it took him to do anything after having the ball in their box with his back to goal. Now, in the second half, that changed a bit. I know we're into that now, but in the second half, that at least changed a bit. But Jesus Christ, did some of these need a brain operation for the first half? Because they just completely... They were like batteries you forgot to put on charge or buy a fresh pack, and we had to nip the shop and get a fresh package or so to power them up or something, because that first half... any slower and would have gone back in time.
Well, we'd gone in 1-0 down. Daka comes on at half-time, which, look, didn't have a brilliant game, didn't score, which you want your strikers to do, but he did make a difference, as we were just saying, Tom. But Ayew, for me, was much too deep in that second half.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because he was. I mean, the problem is, Chris, we've got players in this team that offer things from set pieces like AU does and Thomas does a long throw, right? But there's times on the pitch they're probably not up to standard and they make some bad decisions. And, but I'm not going to kick Jordan Ayew because I think he was trying. And I know that's a very difficult thing to say right now because trying probably isn't good enough. But he was trying. He was trying to feed in other players. Mavididi didn't have a good first half. Fatawu didn't particularly have a good first half. He was okay. But this is the problem, right? And the problem is we're trying to make the best of this awful bunch of players we've ended up with. If Marty could have his own choice of players from bringing in and spending 10 million quid, I'm quite confident he'd be able to get a group into the top two. I really am. Because I think the second half changes he showed, at least he showed some positive effect. That never would have happened under Rude. But the reality is there is still this problem where we don't seem to desire to win a football match enough as a team, and we seem to have too much individual things going on, which worries me. And it won't be sorted until the transfer window's closed, will it?
But Brad, it almost felt like we brought AU on, so we're going 2 up front, because they were having 5 at the back, and it did make a difference because it did keep the defence busy. But what is the point of having 2 up front when one of those up front is having to come back all the time to get the ball?
Well, I mean, that seemed to have been the natural role that we're going for when it's Ayew and Daka on. It's hold the ball up, let Daka and Monga and that make the runs in, then you pick your poison almost, Ayew. And to be honest with you, I don't know if you're going to do it this season or not. Tom and you both might disagree with me here. For certain parts in that game, I was considering him Ayew for donkey of the day, to be honest with you, with some of the decision making he was making in that first half and what he continued to make in that second half. My baffling thing is I think Cifuentes was caught between a rock and a hard place, because ideally in that situation, you probably wanted to say Samare or Winks off, I'm going to drop Kanouse into that midfield in a 4-4-2, go full Mike Bassett, which we did. But then that leaves us open because Kanouse is going to drive forward. And if Preston got in behind, which they did a few times in that half, and most notably right at the depth to win the game, they're going to get through as easily playing a high line. So I have to keep the centre midfielders on that aren't going to get too far forward.
Yeah.
And know how to trap back defensively, but I lose an attacking option. It's something that just needs a little minor tweak. One thing I would say that was weirdly crucial to the changing of the game in that second part of the second half, Chris, was Justin getting injured. Because he was donkey of the week until he got swapped to the left. Let's face it, he couldn't keep a ball in to save his life, and then he played on the left, and it's like a left back playing left back actually worked. I don't know, but
I know what you say. Pavlov, thank you very much for coming in and joining us, and thank you very much for the sticker. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Leicester fans are not very patient. No, I agree. We're very fickle as well, but I don't think it's just Leicester fans, to be honest with you. But interesting. I asked you this at half time, Tom. So I'm going to say this to you, Brad. In the prediction league, we didn't see any 4, 5, 6-0s again this week. So maybe reality is hitting home, but all those fans that were saying, and I said at the start, we might even struggle to make the playoffs. I'll put us in the playoffs. Maybe we'll come 6th. I think finishing 7th would be an achievement, personally, if we get a points deduction. But all those Seagulls, all those players that were going, we're going to. Where did you put Leicester? Was it first, Brad?
Well, I assumed that Leicester would find a way to fight back. Cifuentes would have cleared out more of the squad, or been able to clear out more of the squad and do it. I did say with a points deduction we'd get playoffs, but we won't need that if this is how we're going to go about it, I'm afraid, because you can't be good for 45 minutes and keep coming away with results. That's exactly what happened. Who was the last manager I said that about? We were 45 FC. I think it was a manager we sacked when we were 16th in the Premier League called Steve Cooper. But I digress. It's not like I know anything, is it? I'm just saying.
You put Leicester to finish first, so no, you don't know anything, clearly.
Well, can I just say as a little tongue-in-cheek stab at somebody here? We had an ex-Leicester goalkeeper who's got the mockers over us today. At least we weren't, at least we didn't leave Leicester to go and get battered by Sunderland 3-0.
Well, there is that. I think that's the only point I've got in the prediction league, to be honest with you.
You can't have that in the prediction league because Sunderland play in the Premier League, mate. I made that mistake. You can't go making that. Sunderland beat West Ham, mate. That's what I was on about. Madson's debut for West Ham.
Oh, is it? I thought you were on about Wrexham.
No, was it 3-0 Sunderland? I put Sunderland down to win today. Was it 3-0 Sunderland?
Sunderland beat West Ham 3-0.
I thought they would. That's so bizarre. I've done terrible in predictions league. What do Premier League predictions, Chris? I got that down for a Sunderland win.
I tell you what, the West Ham weren't. I was watching their preview last night. They're not happy. A West Ham fan channel. They're not happy.
Down.
They're even less happy now.
Tom,
let me ask
I've got
you
3 points in the prediction league, bearing in mind. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
You've got 3 points this week.
Yes, as a total.
I think that's 2 more than me, to be honest with you. Dorco says, Tom, Marty may struggle to last till Christmas. Is that fair?
Well, he might because of the modern game, Chris. Because the modern game is you got to get results, right? But we got to, I think, in some ways, be a bit pragmatic about it because I don't think there's a comparison to him and Rude or a comparison to him and Cooper where he's stuck in one mindset. He changed it up second half. He did bring on some substitutions. He made some decisions early to try and change the game. So I wouldn't want that to happen. But the reality of the world is if it doesn't connect and the football club is in that much of a mess behind the scenes with individuals not wanting to be here, not wanting to be a collective effort, then it might very well happen. And I feel a bit sorry for him because I kind of think that he's got a nice quality about him where I think he can improve this team and he can improve the players. I just hope they buy into it. I just get the impression, Chris, with some of their body language, they're not willing to buy into playing for Leicester in general right now after what has happened in the last few years. And then I think even if you had Sir Alex Ferguson or whoever, I don't think you can get that out of those players at that point. That's why I was saying at half time, 1 or 2 of them I'd have in the office after this game and say, look, you don't want to be here. Let's sell you this week and then let's make it happen for both sides.
Well, it's finding somebody that wants them, isn't it? That's the point.
Not true, but you from out, Chris, to Saudi.
Well, yeah, but they're not coming in. They're not going, even Jamie Vardy's not got a new club yet, has he?
Would you bring him back? Let's do it. Let's ask the question. Everyone's saying no. See, I'm saying yes, I would. I would bring him back. I think.
I'm glad you're not in charge, mate. If you're bringing Vardy back, because he's
to be fair, Brad, we lost 2-1, and I said at half time, put Daka on. And look what happened.
Yeah. Wayne, welcome along. You obviously didn't watch the game because you were playing your own games. But on that question, would you bring? I wouldn't bring Vardy back. Brad said he wouldn't bring Vardy back. Would you bring Vardy back?
What did Tom say?
He would bring Vardy back.
Well, that's very interesting. You know what? Even approaching the season, I thought Vardy would actually fit. He would fit Marte, and he would give us the diversity up in attack, which is everybody's about diversity these days, Chris. So
all I think about diversity is that there are a dance troupe off Britain's Got Talent. I mean, Gray says there, Vardy, no. We have to draw the line somewhere. Look, he gets injured and he's out because he's old, so he's out for a long time. I just don't. I think going back is not the answer. We need to move forward. And whilst he is at the club, and we said this, and I think you said this at the start of the season, Tom. When if we're going to, Vardy going actually takes the pressure off the other strikers because it's like Alex Ferguson when he was at Man United going into the dressing room in his role. Whoever manager's there, you've got somebody like Alex Ferguson looking over your shoulder. Dorco, I'm a little bit confused because you first of all you said might struggle to last till Christmas. And then Dorky said we can't keep sacking managers. But like Benjamin says, we need to keep him for at least a year. It's not the answer, you know. I think this is the time when we're finding out you can't polish turds.
Chris, quickly, just quickly before you carry on, the reason why I brought it up was the fact we're not going to be able to spend money on buying players, irrelevant if we sell them or not. So why wouldn't you just take an option that is going to give you 10 goals at least, and he won't cost what he cost last year? He wouldn't ask for that. Of course he wouldn't ask for that. Don't be silly. He'd ask for like 25k. Come on. Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Hold on. Take the drugs and put them aside. Give them away, because if you think Jamie Vardy would take 25 grand, no, I tell you why you're completely 100% wrong. He still hasn't got a club. If he was willing to take 25 grand, he would be taking that. He would have taken that, and someone would have had him.
Brad, it's the end of the shopping, mate. It's reduced to clear time for him. He's made a play and it's not worked out for him, right? And he's not taking this money. But in a minute, he's going to have to take something.
Well, he doesn't have to. He could always just retire. At the end of the day, he's earning
I think there's only one person that we can ask for an opinion on this.
You don't know the answer to that question, and I think you are an ostrich.
I'm sorry.
Love it. Carry on, Chris. I do apologise for derailing your post-match.
No.
It's a good question to ask.
It's all about opinions. You know, just Brad, me, and Wayne are right, and you're wrong. But I mean, that's just how it goes. But
I could see Vardy.
Oh, you're just an arse licker, Wayne. Come on.
Yeah, you notice how he didn't. You know, you notice how before he gave his answer, he was like, "Well, what did Tom say? What did my best friend? Oh, football friend.
Yeah.
Ooh, hang on. Oh, Leicester friends. Sorry, couldn't resist it.
Even the Seagulls laugh at you, mate. Come on.
Monga. Let's talk Monga, Wayne.
No, everybody get the porn up music ready. Come on.
Monga, the youngest ever player to score for Leicester City, the youngest ever player to score in the Championship, beating Jude Bellingham.
And
That guy pulled us out the shit to make it 1-1. I was trying to see who set the goal up. He did. You know, because he had that ball, he cut it on the inside, and he scored. And it was a great goal into the corner. It wasn't. I don't think it was where anybody was expecting it to go. And I think I don't know if it was before or after that. He actually nutmegged a player with a back heel. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, who does that?
He's like, like Streets of Rage, or what was that other like martial arts tournament where he's got all the moves, then Mongo. He's got all the special moves. Tekken, that's right, yeah, Tekken. He's like the football version of Tekken. He's just brilliant, to be honest. Youngest ever player to play for Leicester as well. Anybody who's seen him, maybe
you're right. No, sorry, you're right. He was, yeah. Sorry, carry on.
When me and my brother saw him against Newcastle, even though we played shit, we're like, wow. Jim saw him last week. Wow, he's just a wow player, and he could. You look at him up front as well, because the problem is, it's like, okay, Vardy's gone. Now the forwards have got breathing space, but what they're doing, sweet Fanny Adams, basically. So that's when the argument does start. Well, could Monga play up front, or is it?
Well, let's ask, because Dorco. I mean, I think Dorco is in love with Monga more than you are, Wayne, because he says this at least 5 times every show. Hi, Dorco. We'll have to go to Monga or Daka as a striker. Who would you choose? And I guess everybody, well, I don't know, we'll ask in a minute, but I can't go with Monga as a striker, because I think if we put him as a striker, we lose what he gives us on the wing. And what he gives us on the wing is he gets to the byline almost every single time. A couple of times today, he got to the byline, crossed it, and just nobody was there. So, no, for me, I can see where you're coming from, because I pretty much said the same with Fatawu, didn't I? But it's the same if we put Fatawu in the middle, we lose what he gives us, which wasn't a lot today, in fairness. So for me, no, I wouldn't put him as a striker. Tom, you first. Or would you? I mean, I know you want to bring Jamie Vardy back, but out of those two, who would you have as a striker? I wouldn't have Monga.
I'll keep it quick for you, Chris. No, I keep it the way it is because I completely agree with your statement. I think, if you look at the first half of Mavididi and Fataru, he had an okay game, but it wasn't, what you need from that position in this league to make a difference, right? And Monga came on and did it. So I think we'd be cutting our nose off to spite our face if we changed it.
Brad?
Again, it's weird to say it, but you were spot on, Chris. That them step overs, them trickeries, that fancy little back heel don't happen if he's got to run through the middle. You don't have that you don't have that ability to do that as a striker. And yeah, you need to be out wide. You need to have that space to kind of look at somebody, and he gives them the eye and a little smile to say, "I'm going to make you embarrassed." I mean, I don't know if any of you guys caught it in one of the replays when he did that little fancy back heel flick and put it round the bloke. There was a fan in the crowd at Preston that just went, "Oh my God," as if to go, "Jesus Christ, he's just ended his career." And that's what he does. He gives you that wow factor, Chris. And I just wouldn't put him up front. And I must say, I know he didn't have a great deal of success up front today when he came on. We can talk about his work rate, but Daka is definitely the better option. I mean, Iverson shows to watch it when it's good to come out your goal and when it's out your box and when not to. But on another day, Chris, he gets a toe on that. Who knows? Daka could have got a goal today, but I would never, ever substitute what he offers us on the wing and causes all that trouble and mayhem that he caused over putting him up front because you just nullify him as a player.
Wayne, I mean, you're a Monga fan, as Dorco is.
Yeah.
But would you put him up front?
Well, I think it's interesting. Just the conversation as itself. So we are normally having these conversations because people up front are not doing a job. And do I think we would lose a lot from the wing? Yes, I would. And he is a natural winger, but he said himself he feels he's a natural 10. So I think he would improve the goal sort of count if he had the same kind of chances that other people had. And I do think he can get past people. But yeah, I agree, you would lose too much. But why are we even having discussions about it's because the people in those positions are shit, pardon my French.
Mm. No, totally. I mean, I wouldn't argue with that. And I think what I would like to see maybe Monga have is basically a free rein. When when you see Paul Gascoigne, he was all over the pitch. He was everywhere. He didn't play left. He didn't play right. He basically was said, "You just go out and cause havoc." And I think that's what you could do with Monga. I think just say to him, "Right, this is where you start in, just behind the striker, but you just go where you want to." Basically, and just tear them off a strip. I've got Alan's performance of man of the match in, so we'll come to that in a second. Ayew, Brad, when I was watching him, he had the shot, but he was taking all the shots from the halfway line, not the halfway line, so the penalty box line. Not one of them got past the defender.
No, and the one time it did, it hit Daka in the face. But this is my thing. I do have a bit of a worry with Jordan Ayew this season, and it's not to do with the fact that his record says he doesn't score a lot of goals. It's the fact that I think he's going to do a James Maddison on us. And what I mean by that is in that relegation season, when Maddison and Timmins were there, you did feel for a good handful of them games that sometimes Maddison was like, "Sod this, I'm going to do it all myself. I'm going to take it past him. I'm going to cut inside and I'm going to shoot when there's better options because I just don't trust you like you're doing me head in." And I feel like Jordan's trying to really kind of stick one to the fans that have given him shit for being the number 9. And I think there was a few options today where he could have passed it. He could have laid it off a bit earlier. I think early in the first half, and I know it was one of his weaker games and it's not too inconsistent with him, but he could have laid it back to Canoes to have a go. And I know you're saying, oh, you striker over your winger, surely you striker for shooting. But in that scenario, we know Kanoos can hit a thunderous shot. You just didn't, and he wasn't the only one. But I just feel like he's trying to have a moment where he can kind of go, yeah, now I'm your lead striker. Now I'm getting my wish. I'm going to show you what I can do. And I just feel like sometimes it's like, yeah, this is the one time we wouldn't mind if you just passed it to FaZe to lay it off to Fatawu, who, may I just say, Chris, FaZe had a good game out of the...
No, I've absolutely no...
Yeah.
I've got to say, Vestergaard, and he was slow at getting back, and he did make a tackle just before they scored, which was a brilliant tackle to clear it. But no, FaZe had a very good game, brought the ball forward. I mean, after we scored the goal, I think we were the team that looked most likely. But in trying to do that, obviously, we got caught out. And I think, Tom, Jerry Taggart said this on the commentary, that we were trying to, and I think I said this at half time, we're trying to be too intricate.
Yeah.
Fatawu absolutely pisses me off. Mavididi absolutely pisses me off because they get the ball, they go past 2 or 3 players. Oh, I'm going to try and get past the 3rd and 4th one. And I've said this week after week after week. Pass the fucking ball. And I said this within the first, I think it was about the first 10 minutes about Fatawu. Now, in fairness to Monga, he does it, but he does actually get to the byline and get a crossing. But the others want to always bring it into the inside and do it. Fuck off, you two. We don't, I'd sooner have McAteer. I didn't even notice came on, I have to say. I'm surprised when they on him. I'm sorry, we are being too intricate. But shots from the edge of the box, when you keep hitting the striker, at what point does a footballer's brain go, oh, this isn't working? And I know I've always said, just get the shots in, it might come off somebody's arse and go in. But, after 80 minutes when it hasn't worked, try something different.
Yeah, this ties into what Brad was saying about Jordan Ayew, the same with Mavididi, perhaps, and Fatawu a little bit. I think there's a lack of trust and there's a bit too much individualism going on in this football club right now. And I think that is a big part of it. And like you say, it's that desire to go and try and win a football match early rather than hold possession and be really cutesy about it and trying to game manage too much. How can you game manage a game when it's 0-0? Why don't you just go out there and try and take the lead, and then you can game manage? If we were 2-0 up in that game because we'd had to go early, they might have got one back at the end there, Chris. We'd have won this game. But instead, we decided to make the hard way around it of just like, let's just keep possession, keep it tight, let's do this. Preston got players back. And if you look at that JJ tackle where JJ got utterly floored and did like a 180-degree spin, isn't that what we want out of Vestergaard when he defends? And I mean, this is the problem, right? Vestergaard got caught out because we were playing the higher line and he gets caught out and he's shown up to be what the worst part of his game is. But he's not doing things like that on the pitch as well when he's actually got the opportunity to. He should be crunching players. And there's no one crunching anyone apart from Monga. And the reason why is because Monga hasn't got that hangover from last year of being in a terrible team and trying to make, basically sugar tarts out of bloody salt, which is what they've been trying to do for a year now. And I think that shows you the effect of the negativity of it. And they've got to break out of it somehow. I don't know if they need a counsellor, a lot of them, to sit down with them and get them out of it, but something needs to change there.
The defending through the whole game, and that first half, the defending was bloody awful. And I have to say, when FaZe came on, God, I can't believe I'm saying to say this, but when FaZe came on, it was better. Cody went out to the right. Justin came over onto the left. Justin then got injured, and we hope that that's all right and maybe just a dead leg. Hamza then came on at the left. And look, we had a lot of fans in from Bangladesh who were going on and on and on about Hamza. We had to ask them to sort of tone it down a little bit. But I have to say, you ask Hamza to go in goal for you, and he'd do it, well, we might have that yet. Michael, if you saw the news show the other day. But I like asking the question, and I'm going to be doing this on most of the Foxes forums on a Tuesday. I'm going to ask you this way, because it says, things that you've learned from the last game or the past week. Things I've learned is, A, the squad's not as good as we think it is, because we put the second team out against Huddersfield and got our arses ripped. Well, it was penalties, but still, they did outplay us. And those fans that said that we were going to finish first, second, and get automatic promotion because we're so much better than everybody else, again, a load of BS, isn't it?
It is, Chris. This is a reality biting of playing week in, week out in the league. And I think Tom's been spot on. He's been harping about it for a long time. The attitude and the fact that a young lad is showing seasoned professionals how to tackle and get stuck in. And to be honest, the way he dealt with the booing after, a right yellow card, what a brilliant attitude for a 16-year-old kid. Absolutely far more mature than Faz brilliant, but throwing your arms around or looking around for the people. I mean, the XG, we had a half XG compared to Preston, didn't we, this game? And so that thing about midweek, we should have won that game. I think if the attitude was right, which Tom has been going on about, we should have won that game midweek. No question about it. And this game, we should at least be drawing. And we're leaving it too late. I think we are lacking the right personnel, because the personnel that we thought with some of the pre-season that we're going to do it for this year are not doing it, and we're already talking about who can we try in the place.
Yeah. I mean, Gray, I like the cut of that man's jib, agrees with me, give Monga the free roll. And Michael says, quite right here, we've learned we're not going to go up. It's very, very true. Brad, my new stat man, loves the stat, loves it that much. He was quoting them earlier. As Wayne said, our XG is half of what Preston's was. In fairness, they had 13 shots, we had 14. Possession was 60-40, near as damn it. 4 shots on target, them 2 on us. They had 22 touches in our box. We had 34 in theirs. We're getting that. We're getting, this. What I mean, last season, we looked at it and we went, you know what? We're never going to get the ball forward. Those players went over the halfway line and got nosebleeds. So, we said, if we don't get forward, we're never going to score. We are getting forward now. So we've got to sort of say, will the scores, the goals come? This is only game number 2 in the league. Game number 3, everyone I know, but 2 in the league. Going out the Fizzy Pop Cup doesn't really worry me. It's not a priority at all. But yeah, do you think the goals will start coming?
I think they will. I feel like the first 2 things you can take from this performance is maybe we need to sit Fatawu and Mavadiri down on their arse and tell them, watch Monga and watch Casey, I guess, who hasn't been too brilliant, but he's your only other option to put out there, and just show you what passion, guts, determination, and absolute no fear is all about, because that needs to go. But I do feel like the goals are coming. You could see in that second half performance, Chris, if we start with that intensity and we start with that, drive forward, maybe it means we have to sacrifice things. Because I felt like in the second half, Cifuentes went, look, this pass it around, being a bit more methodical, it isn't going to work. These teams have been a bit more aggressive at us, which is, in a weird way, it's a compliment to us that they're willing to, come at us at 100 miles per hour for 90 minutes. In the sense that they don't feel they're going to get the time. And if Leicester do get going, like Tom said, and we scored early, the game could go away from you. It did. That could happen, and it might still happen this season in games. I just feel like second half we were a bit more risk for reward, and unfortunately the reward didn't pay off in the end. Weirdly enough, before that, when we got level, Chris, I was sat there thinking, Preston fans are going to think this daylight robbery happened if this ends 1-1. Or even worse for them, we would have got the winner. They kind of probably walked out that same going, well, fuck me, for all the chances we created, thank God we won that game, because, I know you said 13-14, clear-cut chances were falling to Preston at a premium, half chances, Chris, that they couldn't get on the end of. So I feel like we just need to be a little bit more risk and reward. And unfortunately for some players, we could speak about, that maybe means we have to change up how we line up. And that maybe means someone like a Vestergaard has to watch Wout Faes and Cody play. And when we're 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go, we put Vestergaard on to shore things up and see it out. A bit like how we used Morgan in the last year or so of his time in the club. Stuff like that, Chris, because there was definitely signs there that going forward, I mean, to quote what you said last time, 37 touches in the opposition box. I don't think we had that under Rude the whole entire time. So, it's going to start happening.
Last question before we come on to performance and man of the match, so you can put your feet up, Wayne, if you didn't watch it. Tom, there's a saying, isn't there? And I'm going to throw this saying at you. Will Marty have learned more from this game than he did the win over Sheffield Wednesday?
Yes, and I'd agree he would have done, Chris, because I think the nice thing about Marty is, unlike Rude or unlike maybe Steve Cooper, he has proactively made a change game to game. That hasn't been a massive dramatic shift, but has been a nice tweak that we have all talked about. Actually, ironically, in the pre-match or the half times. Wayne sent me a lovely message in the week saying, I think we've been nailing our half-match analysis recently, half-time, because we've been calling what we need to do to win football matches. And we did beat Sheffield Wednesday when me and you called what we needed to do. And Marty did it. So I think there's a lot more confidence in me and Marty as an individual. I have no confidence in this team, mate. I'll get honest with you. As a team, I don't have a lot of confidence. I have confidence in one or two of the individuals. As a collective, I think we're probably one of the worst teams in the Championship. Mind out what you're doing there, mate. The BBC might ban you for that. But yeah, I do think yes, Marty will learn from this, and I think he's talked about we need to be pressing intensely, we need to be turning the ball over quicker. He said it since day one in one of his first interviews at the football club, and he's still not getting it from the group. So I'm not going to throw any blame at Marty today. I think positive changes. We could have still nicked it, but we do need to have the players to wake up a little bit, like Brad said.
Right. Like I say, Wayne, you can put your feet up here and just think you don't have to sort of put your brain into gear for this one. I'll start it off because I think it was a dire performance. I can't remember what I gave the performance against Sheffield Wednesday. I think I gave it an 8, didn't I? I think I was mad and gave it an 8. For me, that was the worst performance under Marty, and I have gone for 4. Brad?
I mean, we had 15, 20 minutes where the subs really impacted the game and nearly spun it completely on its head. But I am with you. That is easily the worst game we've had under Marty. And it's only 3 games, and one of them...
Well, 4 games if you count Fiorentina.
Well,
let's face it, Man United and Forest, beating Fiorentina isn't for everybody.
Yeah, and apparently drawing with Spurs on the opening day isn't for everybody either. Sorry, I thought I'd mention your adopted son because they got stuffed by Tottenham. Well, I'm going to give it a 5, basically on that bright period where I saw our lineup for Charlton. I honestly that team that pretty much ended the game minus Justin. I saw
for Charlton.
Yeah, that's how we'll line up for Charlton.
Sorry, I'm with you. Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't about bringing about Bobby Charlton, although these two with Vardy probably won't.
No. Think, have we played them yet? The next week, what's he on about?
That's what I meant. Like, the way we were in that period, that lineup, if Justin's fit, is how we should go about lining up for Charlton. But yeah, it's a 5. It's only a 5 because of that. Because I was close.
Again, you and Tom, Leicester friends. Tom, with your 5. Tom.
Let me shock you here, Chris. I disagreed with you about your reasons for giving the score, but I'm going to give it a 4 as well. And the reason I docked the point off, and actually I do agree with what Brad said, and actually I was leaning towards a 5. I was. The reason I'm going to give it a 4, I'm docking a point for the lack of effort in the first half to try and win a game of football. Because I think ultimately we were very good at passing the ball around. But if you put yourself in a position where one mistake is going to put you 1-0 down against a team with basically 5 at the back, I think you're asking for trouble. I think you should be going for it earlier, right? So I'll give it a 4 today on that basis. But
they get a 4 from me because they don't know how to pass the ball. And, B, when, they didn't decide not to pass it, they couldn't get past any other player. I have to say, Alan has given a 4. As well. He was at the match. So sorry, Brad. Man of the match To be honest with you, this is probably one of the easiest man of the matches I will ever give.
Different.
Wayne, get your tissues out. I am going to give man of the match to Monga. Head and shoulders, I think, above the rest. He showed Fatawu and he showed Mavididi how to do it. This guy, I mean, he gets man of the match just for that back heel nutmeg. You know what I mean? If that was Messi or Ronaldo doing that, it would be shown on every clip ever. It was the cheek to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and do you remember when it was in the last Euros? I think that England striker Alessia Russo scored the back heel against Sweden. These things should never happen. You should never be able to back heel through an opponent's leg. And the guy just did it. He has got confidence. He has got ability. And he's just, to me, is showing Mavididi and Bataru, like I say, what they should be doing. So for me, easiest one I'm going to give all season probably. But for me, it is Monga. Brad?
Yeah, when I don't know if you're going to ask this question, when Donkey of the Day is Fatawu and your other winger comes off the bench and puts in a performance like that, it's the easiest man of the match because, you probably talk about it on another show, so I won't go too much into certain players that maybe need to leave to get that inspiration. But if there was a benchmark of a player with his effort and charisma and performance to show other people either how they need to perform or shut up and go and push through the transfers that they're being linked with. Not a Cody though, I will say that. He's the only one that's being linked to Wade that I don't want to keep. I want to keep. But it's Monga, Chris. I'm surprised Wayne stayed on camera and hasn't got his shorts down on his ankles right now. Because it's going to be a 4-way for Monga, isn't it? He's going to enjoy.
Can we find out if our match rating matched the shoe size?
Brad,
if we got record viewers today, Brad, you've literally dropped into the lowest hanging fruit. I love you, my friend.
I went with the tissue, and that was off the edge. For that one, I'm so sorry, Wayne, for my colleague here.
If this it was all worth it.
I don't know if you're religious or not, Brad, but you better go to a bloody church and ask for
Chris, the amount of jokes I could have taken on and doubled up there, and I chose not to as an improv comedian. You should be thanking me for not taking it further than Brad's start.
I think that is as far as we need, to be honest with you. Who did he go for in the end? Was it Monga?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tom.
Well,
please
Chris,
bring a bit of decorum back to the show.
Oh, mate, you're asking me, literally. Goodness me. I mean, it is Monga, but I don't want to talk about Monga because you guys have talked about it. I'll give a shout out to Wheatface. I think when he came on second half, I think it was nice to see the system change. And I've always said he's a bit of a David Luiz, and I've joked about it because of the hair, but he brought the ball forward really well from the centre-back positions. And I really liked how he drove forward over the halfway line and tried to make himself accountable. And I think that's what he is best at doing. And at times when he's back in the back four, I think sometimes he doesn't do that. He gets too stuck in the defensive element of the game. I know it's a mad argument to say he's better going forward, but he is better going forward than he actually is defending. So Monga is man of the match, but I want to give an extra shout out to Wootface. I think he made a big effort second half.
I think he did. And I don't think there's many players that we can give shout outs to be honest with you. Wayne, you've got your finger up. I don't know whether you're trying to poke Brad from underneath for what
definitely. Naughty show for Brad. Yeah, no, just with Monga, and it's not like, oh, I love Monga, but what a situation that a young 16-year-old kid is coming off the bench on 57 minutes and winning the man of the match. If that isn't damnation on everybody else to sort their attitude out and effort, what is?
100%. It puts the others to shame. And somebody just said in the chat he won't be here long. I have to say that Alan went Monga as well. for the second week run. You can't not go with that, man. That performance was just unreal. That's it, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank God we're not on Match of the Day. Dan's in. Dan, the Burnley fan. How did Burnley get on today? Did you tell me then, Brad?
Yeah, I think it was three easy points for a team that finished 17th last season. I can't remember. Wasn't it a team we drew 1-1 with at the start of last season? No, like Bottom Hotspur. It's almost like Scott Parker can't manage in this division.
They'll be fine once Dice takes over. Once Dice is back, he'll be the Everton redemption story from last year, and they'll stay up. But right now, doing the company strategy from last year is not going to work.
Dice's Claret and Blue Army. Where's Dice off to? Dice will be off to Ajax or somewhere. Not Dice, Parker. He'll be off to Ajax.
You think Ajax want to play 4-4-2, Chris, with Dutch football and Cruyff being part of their history? You're mental.
No. What I'm saying is, it's because that's what happened with Vincent Kompany.
Oh, true. Good point. Yeah. Dice should be the next manager of England after winning a Champions League with someone.
Finishes it. Sorry, Brad.
I was going to say, no, you got it all wrong. Scott Parker will lose the first 12 games of the season, get sacked and take over at Real Madrid because Bayern Munich have got him, haven't they? That's what will happen. He'll say, you have a bigger job after Bayern Munich. Go and take over Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Wayne, thank you for popping on. I hope your girlfriend's coming back. You're not going to be alone this evening.
All good, Chris.
He's not saying anything.
Not traumatised him. He can't speak then, could he?
You came on as a favour.
But when you went out with Jess, keep it. Talk about football.
Yeah. All I'll say is, do you remember on Talking Balls last week we had things you can say in the bedroom but not on the football pitch, or vice versa. What time do you bring Daka on, Wayne?
Thank God she doesn't watch it, Chris. Thank God she doesn't watch it.
What, you going out with a lady that doesn't like football? She's a Man United fan, then, is she? Hey. Tom and Brad, if you could both stay on for 2 minutes just to discuss shows next week. But Wayne, thank you very much, young man. As always, have a great weekend, and of course you two miserable buggers as well. I will see you sometime tomorrow, probably 6 o'clock, because that's when we usually do it. Smash the likes. We had something like 120 people in at one point. So, and can I just say, Tom, you've got a lot to follow. 4,000 for the midweek watch along with Wayne.
Let's tally up the figures of this show first, mate. But I will say, I said at the start of the show, Wayne, which you might not have said. I said, well done, mate, and well deserved. You put me and Brad to shame for your viewership.
He did say that, in fairness, Wayne. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and click that notification bell. If you're watching on Catch Up, do exactly the same. And if you're listening via your favourite podcast platform, 100,000 downloads. I know I keep saying it, but I just can't commute that. 100,000 downloads on the podcast. Thank you all very, very much. I will see you next weekend. Have a good week. Next week. Have a good weekend, everybody. And I'll see you then. Take care.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.